Good evening, gamers, and welcome to CappingTV. This is our coverage of the ozfortress Season 28. It continues, baby. It just keeps coming. You know, we just try to keep up. We are covering tonight the lower page playoffs for the high division between Cheesewheel and Saharan Spies trademark. My name is the Lampshade22, and with me tonight I have Mr. Maximilian.
Hello, Lampshade22 or Snazzy. I shall be calling you tonight.
It's
Much
probably
easier.
a safer bet.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like we just got an STV now, but yeah, I think we could have a good game of TF2 on our hands tonight again. The high division providing some good games to kind of play in and cast some pretty even top four teams. So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
excited
for
to
sure.
see where we end up tonight.
So before we get into rosters, I might just mention, so obviously this being playoffs, like these teams have fought each other before, way back in, I think week 2? Yeah, week 2.
Yeah.
And they came up against each other, fairly early in the whole situation. Not everything's really not in concrete yet. But there was Sunshine and Snakewater were the maps in that case. And Sunshine, Saharan Spies took it 4-0, but Snake, Cheesewheel took it 4-3. So, I mean, off that, I'm going to assume that they're fairly well-balanced teams. And I mean, just looking at the rosters, which I'll let you run me through just now, I think it's fairly even, right?
Yeah, it should be. But speaking of rosters, I shall start with Cheesewheel. Tonight we have Wishcash, or Shooter, as more people I think him as, on the Scout class alongside Bread, Kid of War, and Air on the Soldier class, with the Bonk Demo and the Weapon Fire Medic, and that rounds off Cheesewheel. Saharan Spies have Omni merking for Fez, I believe, alongside Ano on Scout, so potentially a bit of an upgrade, maybe a downgrade there, who knows. Sean and KL, Korean Lady on the Soldier class, Crybaby Demo, and MG on the Medic. Yeah, I'd say two relatively even rosters. I think both teams have a good chance of taking this one. It should hopefully be a close game, I think.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, like, these two teams are very evenly matched. Like, I think there's not necessarily more experience on either side, especially with how AWOL a lot of the players on Cheesewheel have been at previous points in time, shall I say? Because, like, I know names better on that side, but, I mean, both sides here have players that I definitely respect, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. And the maps for tonight, unlike last night, both teams, or rather potentially Bonk's team, chose to kind of keep the maps until a last minute thing. But as you mentioned before, Saharan Spies did win Sunshine when these two teams faced off in week 2 pretty convincingly, so I don't think there's any reason for Bonk to not ban Sunshine as he has done. But yeah, do we have both the bans and the picks up? Yeah. So Bonk, yeah. Oh, have they fully picked? Apparently it is Logjam, Prolands, and Snakewater, with Cheesewheel picking the first and third map out of that. What are your thoughts on the map, Snazzy?
They make sense. I don't know. I think like any map is going to be fine for these teams, but just looking at the bans, like being Bonk banning Sunshine right off the bat, and then KL taking out Via pretty quickly, and then Gran following pretty quickly after that from Bonk, and then Process was banned as well. So it's like you've got Sunshine going, like we talked about. That makes perfect sense. Via going, it's kind of messy, and like with teams this matched, you sort of don't want to have to rely on like gimmick shit, which you sort of do with that map. And then no one wants to play Gran, so it all makes sense so far.
For sure.
So playing Logjam makes a lot of sense, especially because I feel like I don't know. Like, I haven't played much of the latest update of Logjam. I'm not gonna lie, but it seems a bit more like there's no real favor to either side. Just thinking about how these guys play, I'm sort of like visualizing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. It's the newer versions, they're definitely becoming increasingly more fun to play. However, it's still one of those maps that, because it's in and out of the map pool, some teams choose not to really scrim it until it's that week to play it. So there could be a little bit of an advantage if one team has chosen to scrim this map a fair bit more. And I think from memory, Weapon Fire's team had kind of scrimmed this leading up to this game past weekend just gone past and the few days prior. So I
Yeah,
think I think they were expecting, or rather hoping, that they could get Logjam through as a kind of map that they had practiced more than the other team.
yeah, for sure. And then, I mean, I think both teams will be fine on Badlands. Like, I don't see any team really having any specific advantage over the other because, like I was saying just earlier, and I guess you were as well. Like, both of these teams have a lot of experience on them, so it's not really going to be like a problem of like, oh, we don't really know how to play this map or whatever.
Yeah. So it is. I think we've got three very, very even maps across the board. I think could be in for the battle of a lifetime, as the stakes of this game are arguably a bit higher than the ones of last night, with the loser of this game being knocked out of finals, grand final contention rather, and having to sit aside with their participant badge. And the winner, I cannot at the moment, but the winner of this game heads off to fight White Noise next week in the semi-final. But yeah, the server seems to not be happy.
Yeah, the server really isn't playing nice tonight, is it?
No, it's just sat on sending client info.
Maybe it's paused.
Potential pause. But yeah, it is a pretty big night of TF2 lined up, with both teams kind of fighting for that glimmer of grand finals hope. So yeah, hopefully. Yeah, so the winner of this match will be going off to play White Noise, who lost against Brain Cells last night. Pretty convincing performance from the side of Brain Cells over White Noise. And yeah, they will be playing sometime next week. I'd probably say Thursday, looking at these teams' past availabilities. Thursday seems to be the day for all of it. And yeah, playing in the semi-final for that final spot in grand finals. But other than that, is there much more to say?
Mate, I don't know. I think you've covered it all. I'm not going to lie to you.
I can't think of much more to talk about. It's ozfortress, the 28th season of this stuff. It's the new high division that they brought in. Too many teams this season, so they made a fifth division, and it's finals time. It is the nitty gritty end of the season. This is where boys become men. TF2 gamers play TF2, and we hope to crown a winner of this division in the next 2 weeks. But yeah,
For sure. Oh, hold on.
so
Okay.
bit of a wrong version of the map. Unfortunate.
That would explain the busted server.
Yeah, someone forgot the
But
F apparently.
but thinking about I mean, the Rona effect has been really good for this season. There's a lot of teams playing, but
It,
let's be realistic. The only reason High exists is to
yeah,
stop salt-free gaming from ending up in Maine.
continue to run in Inter for sure. Some, no, into last place. Some people call it a curse. Catfish would probably
Curse has
call it
been
a dream
broken,
come
bro.
true. Have
It's been
they?
broken.
Did they finish up this season?
So, 6th place on the leaderboard. 2 teams disbanded in the 10-team div. So we came above Bottom Text and Frydog and the Council of Medics. Come and get some.
All right. Wasn't I believe? Oh, was bottom text Arnold and Dubious's team?
I believe so, yes.
God, Catfish better than Arnold. Proven by
It's known.
proven by the interdivision this season, clearly. Well, I mean, there we have it. Yeah, certainly the comeuppance of the high division has certainly led to a bit more, not a bit more, but closer top fours, I think, this season. I've spoken to some of the gamers from the interdivision. I've spoken to some of my fellow gamers in the high division, and it's certainly looking like the top 4 teams are definitely close, and I think everyone knows they have a chance at taking out first place of their division. So I'm all for the 5th division, but
yeah, this season's actually been really clean. Like, having this like better division of teams really seems to actually bring out a bit more play amongst like the top ends of them.
yeah,
it's been really cool to see.
Just the better version of Prem currently. So it's been good to play with some of the better gamers again, but yeah, I've stopped trying into the server, but
yeah. I'm still stuck. Yeah, I've just retried.
Yeah, I'm still going to RC12, so so apparently no one can connect, but the game has started. I would say there's a possible looming bedtime for one of the players, and they have to get the game started as soon as possible. Just awesome. Yeah, it's certainly.
We're working on a fix. We're working on a fix. We're just gonna chat some shit in the meantime.
Yeah. No, I think both rosters. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to scrim both rosters pretty consistently over the past 7 weeks we've had this season going for 7-8 weeks now. And yeah, they definitely have their strong suits, but both teams have a weaker side to them, and I think that's kind of known throughout the division what everyone's weakest class is. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of gameplay situated towards I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Actually, I've just lost my entire train of thought.
If it makes you feel better, your train of thought's still a bit more collected than mine at the moment. So
I just shot for the moon and I missed by so far.
It's all right, mate. You're gonna end up amongst the stars.
Thank you, Snazzy. That was much needed. This has been a long day, but
it's all about building the homies up, dude.
Still going to RC12. Still not watching any TF2.
I know, it's crushing my heart.
It really is. Like, go and watch a lower division.
Oh, I'm not sure about that one, Chief.
I feel like we'd have some Mitchcliffe fucking essays being written as we speak.
It's thoroughly possible. It is thoroughly possible. Well, you got any predictions for how this current round is going?
Yeah. I mean, Air just hit a huge air shot onto the Omni Scout, and so I think off that play alone, it's definitely looking like Cheesewheel will take this game.
For sure, dude. I can
But
smell it.
yeah, it's just not happening.
Nothing's going our way at the minute.
Absolutely nothing. So, but yeah, there's not much TF2 to watch, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it's just it's not screaming my name at the minute.
It's not. I'm gonna see if anyone has launched to the game. Anyone live? Yeah, certainly. No one else has found the server. I think they all know that there's an issue. No one wants to fix it apparently on either team. Maybe they didn't want to be casted, and this is how they're doing it.
That is one way of doing it.
Definitely a new way of doing it. But
It's a maneuver of sorts, you know.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, how's your day been, Snazzy? Like,
It's been alright, you know. Went to work. Started it ended. I did some things in the middle, you know.
did some things in the middle. Yeah, went on lunch break, and that was about it.
Pretty much. How's yours been?
Yeah, finishing school in the next 6 months. It's getting done, but yeah, just come home, play some TF2, and hope that I can cast some TF2 at the end of it. I think we've been given a new STV. Does
Hold on.
not look like it's working.
Hold on. This ain't working.
Working for you. I'm tabbing back in. Server is full of retards.
That's a real dang pity. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna put a dent in plans, isn't it?
Certainly is. Yeah, there's just not much to do. Is that a new I've been sent? No. It's an ice pug. I thought, yeah, I saw the message and really thought like we're about to have a chance, but nah, I'll go pug instead. Just call me when we're ready, I guess.
Yeah, that seems to be the only option.
And
well,
we
just
are not.
based on the fact that it's telling us the server's full, I'm guessing between the 3 streams attacking this one match tonight, we may have filled the STV.
God, is that even a thing?
Yeah, for sure.
This is looking awesome.
So this is really good.
Yeah, I don't know where we go from here. Like,
Yeah, neither.
definitely not my idea of how this game is going. Anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly how I'd planned this one to go personally.
No, for sure.
We'll see if we can get that one fixed up. I'm sure there's some sort of workaround we can maneuver.
Yeah, I wonder if unsure if anyone's in, but if we have filled up the STV, I would assume that other people are connected.
I can certainly see the server on a separate channel, but I'm not going to be advertising that because I'll probably die a horrible death at the hands of one Mitchcliff123.
Sure.
And I like living, I think.
I do
I haven't
too.
really
Have
decided.
they even started? Like,
I don't think they have yet.
from what I don't think they have. Yeah, they're still jumping apparently. Still doing their thing. They might be waiting for casting orgs to connect. Might not be it tonight. I don't know. Just a bad night for the servers. I do know that Quickslide have been going maintenance issues, so I shall blame them for this one. I think
I don't
I had
think. I don't think that's reasonable, is it?
I had a server unbook on me mid-pug, and ever since then, it's just not been a great time with these servers, so
Say it ain't so.
it's just... I think we just sit and spectate. Just give a string and Darkon.
Yeah, done deal.
So why... question is why they didn't choose to just join the new map. Just, strange, I don't know.
Yeah, look, I got nothing. I try not to get into the minds of others, you know?
Yeah, for sure. It's a long fall down. Yeah.
Apparently they're working on a fix. We've just been given word by production. So, sit tight, gamers. It's still coming.
Look, we might get here if I'm honest.
I reckon we can probably do it.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah, I know it looks like one person actually in. We are not those persons.
Yeah, not at all.
Just sit here, hopefully have them fix the server.
It looks like I might have been able to get myself in. It's on sending client info, but it's not proceeding any further.
The new string. Oh yep, I'm having to download the map apparently. Apparently I didn't play this week. But you know.
Yeah, we're just gonna throw a bit of vibe tunage on for the glorious people in the chat there. Just sit tight.
Just getting any further than sending client info rather.
We will be back very shortly, gamers. We're just gonna throw to a quick break while we get this one sorted out. Alright, hello again, gamers. After one abortive attempt at a start, we're gonna have another crack at the egg, you know what I mean? We're gonna get this one going. It looks like we're all in the server. It looks like we've managed to get everyone into the STV. So it's all working out.
I'm here, yeah. We're here, we're ready to play. And people are in the servers. I'm ready to talk, finally. And looks like we might finally have some Team Fortress 2 on our hands, Mr. Snazzy.
Oh, dude, I don't even know what to do with that information, mate.
So,
So,
been a long one for sure, yeah.
so logjam. What do we reckon? I'm gonna throw it the way of cheesewheel. I reckon they'll probably take it by a very small margin.
I think it could be cheesewheel. They were the ones that picked it, and you don't pick logjam unless you're gonna win logjam, I feel. So I think logjam might be their map.
I don't think the margin's going to be huge, though. I think it's only going to be like maybe 1 or 2 rounds.
Yeah, I reckon 2 would be about it. I think even if Saharan Spies start losing, I feel like they're very good at just parking the bus on second permanently. So we could, I think, if damage control kicks in, we'll only be looking at a 2 round margin here.
I mean, it's good to have some sort of marketable skill. You know, parking the bus on second, that's pretty good, man.
You can park the bus, you can basically play Team Fortress.
Yeah, for sure.
Not much more. We see one team readying up.
I think they're getting ready. The game's going live, baby.
Yeah, awesome.
All right. For anyone who's recently tuned in, this is the lower page playoffs. I had to remember which one it was for the high division of ozfortress season 28, and we're gaming.
Yeah, I'm on.
And
Crybaby.
They've gotten here at the same time. They're sort of firing stickies each other's way. Nothing really happening there. Bonk gets himself a heal, so does Crybaby. Both teams taking that high ground.
Red team sort of gets pretty big, and Bonk goes down early, so it looks like Red team are losing a lot of spam classes at the moment. With a deep bomb from AL kind of ending the mid for the Red team. Sorry to cut you off, Snazzy. I just realised I did.
No, that's fine, man. I was starting to run out of breath anyway. You know what my lungs are like.
That's very true. But yeah, we see a Red team just kind of sat back at lobby shutter, I believe that's called. Just choosing to sit at last. Yeah, Saharan Spies pretty clean mid. I think they only really lost the one player, but one player for 3 picks, including a demo. I think that's pretty big.
Yeah. Bread is up on sniper here, so it looks like they're just going to turtle this last a little. We'll see if he can grab some sort of headshot.
I think they have seen him. Yeah, they were looking to go that way, but they've packed up shop and seem to be leaving. I believe that's a counter sack from Ano, the scout of Saharan Spies, and Kid of War just walks through the traps like a champion.
So we'll have to see if Ano actually comes up on a different class. Like, he might come up on something silly.
I'm thinking a sniper for sure here. There we are.
Yeah, bang on. Look at
Definitely. A logjam sniper to push into. It's too easy. Air does get headshot, I believe. No, it can't have been.
I believe it may have been Sean.
Sean taking some damage.
Yeah.
Seeing a bit of a typical logjam last stalemate on the Ano sniper cam. It's looking for Bread Gaming. He sees Bread Gaming. They both miss. Ano does take down Bread. Very nice little crack shot. I would not have hit that in a million years. And Sean countersacks off it. Just
doesn't really achieve much with it, but that's, you know, part of the experience, I'm sure.
I mean, it's all mentality. He's asserted dominance over Bread on Sniper, and Bread has chosen to go on Spy, so you know, you could say it has worked. Ano has asserted the early game dominance on Bread.
Yeah, I do. I feel like on a lot of last logjam included, running Spy is actually a pretty solid maneuver because people don't really expect you to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely not the most predictable movement. Especially Shooter is quite a talented spy. It looks like he's penetrating. He butter knives MG. There was very little penetration.
He's got MG down so low though, dude.
I didn't even realize 26 HP. I didn't have view models on, so I just kind of thought he stood there, I think.
My guy was so low, and he doesn't pop. He doesn't do anything. They don't even lose any players aside from Ano, who's now back up anyway. So there's no real loss at all.
But you know what they don't expect? Spy the second time from Brad.
Dude, it's the super hose strat. It looks like he's checking
back
off
on
classes.
Sniper. Yeah, he's wanting to see if his fierce rival Ano was on the sniper. A wide peak lobby here, Brad is. Oh, he might
knows the meds there.
MG not peeking that at all. So, very... Oh. Wide peak from Ano doesn't really hit anything, although Brad was very weak rather. Just,
yeah. I feel like they need to be more fearful of that sort of thing, because Ano could realistically have popped the med there very easily. He got a lot of room, man.
Yeah, they weren't playing very close to that right door, which is where I feel a lot of snipers really like to play, although Brad with no buff will go down to a simple body shot. Maybe an exchange from the blue team? No?
I can smell it.
Oh, they're going to pick up air as well. MG
Ano peeking lower.
He drops weapon fire. Their medic, the red team with no Uber and 3 players down. MG does use... Oh, they almost killed the scout, but no.
It's just clinical, mate.
It was just perfect gameplay from the blue team, rather.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, once they got air with that soldier pick, he didn't manage to pick up Crybaby, although he was very, very weak. Yeah, weapon fire just drops. That's not really what you want your first Uber to look like, unfortunately.
Yeah, but coming into this mid, we did see Bonk hit a sticky onto Crybaby. Both teams taking that high ground. Sean bombing in really fast, does a lot of damage, but does end up dying for it. KL comes in as a post.
Yeah.
KL came in, he did a lot of damage, and his demo man just cleaned up too instantly. One of the scouts getting another frag on the tail end there, and that's going to push the cheesewheel team straight out into second. Looks like they might get caught here.
I think they're choosing to fight, and with MG was never very healthy in any of that fighting, so it's very easy to kind of push out. They didn't even have Uber, but managed to pick up Jane Doe, rather Crybaby. Kind of lagging behind his team, wanting to leave, but yeah.
Bonk's really slapping it around right now, doing a lot of damage. The Ubers are both being popped, weapon fire keeping it extremely solid. But there are players leaking behind here and doing a lot of damage. Air down fairly low. They're all kind of caught in choke here on not much health. I don't see this ending well for them. And they've had to back out.
Yeah, just gonna escape barely, I think. MG didn't have a great Uber, but that pick onto Kid of War super early just gave him one less soldier to fight logjam mid with, which was turned out to be fairly crucial, as Uber's kinda even out. Both teams building, looking to regain that 100%.
Yeah. I think it was a really interesting Uber, because like both teams were using on the point, which is fine, but like, if you're cheesewheel here, like you're pushing mid, you know they're gonna get spawns. You know they have a spawn ad being closer. Like it's just, you sort of need to achieve a bit more with it, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be interesting to see who sacks for the blue team. Maybe looks like Sean might be getting crit here. Definitely Sean now.
Yeah, it looks like he's ready to come on through. Coming through that
big bomb. He gets no good rockets onto anyone, unfortunately, and just kind of gets dodged out by weapon fire.
It does get minced, and it looks like it's actually going to trigger a push rather than a reset. We've got Kid of War coming in really fat, getting that big drop onto MG. That's going to really free up some room for his team here. These guys can walk in. If they just deathball around their med here, I mean, that's free damage. Like, what are you going to do, realistically? Hale jumping into the med on choke. Does end up taking out the demo.
And Bonk, yeah. I don't really know. Very good bomb from KL, just even as a distraction play. And red team are going to choose to not use this Uber and kind of leave.
With the heal ad here, though, surely you could still push. MG just getting there and healing now. That's going to cause some problems for them. But I guess with this huge Uber ad, they can still use through choke at any time if they can catch him out.
Yeah, for sure. They are looking to go, blue team very far back, not looking to get caught at all, but the red team trying their darndest to not use the Uber. They do get forced, however, from a pretty convincing Sean bomb. And it looks like red team are going to get the midpoint for a 70% disad.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good trade, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's certainly pretty hard to push out of logjam second, I feel. With only the two main ways to do it nowadays, seeing as cave has been blocked off, red team will just choose to really kind of build Uber.
Yeah, and you can see that I've forgotten. Which team is which? Saharan Spies.
They're the blue team.
The blue team. They're getting ready to push on in. They've actually managed to take this point for literally no frags on either side.
Yeah,
Kid of War looking like he went for an abortive attempt to jump, going down very low, but he does get away.
They have now traded the mid once more for an even Uber exchange, although blue thought it might have been ad, and I think red team have a much better Uber. Weapon fire is weak, however, although Sean will go down. Big damage onto both demos, and weapon fire is the fattest rocket of his life. And it looks like MG might be just escaping with his.
Yeah, so MG getting out there is really bad for them because they are all too low realistically to like take two here or even get MG. Yeah. So it's just going to end up back in the same situation.
Neither soldier relatively healthy to fight either one of these scouts.
Yeah.
So it just might be a bit of the same situation with a little bit of almost exact same disad they were facing last time. So if weapon fire builds rather cleanly, it's only about a 40% disad. Weapon fire has been building very well, actually. So don't know how this has happened. We just traded mid fights 3 times, but
yeah. I mean, they've already got that one round on the board, so I guess if you're Saharan Spies here, you're really not upset about trading mid a few times.
Bong does find KL with a trap, however, as blue team come to push in. Air has forced MG down on 8 HP before using. Shawnee's going to die before the red team get Uber. Bonk is actually kind of farming every single player, and he chooses to jump in here, whereas everyone on the blue team wipes. Yeah, didn't even get the cap. It was maybe a bit of dodgy Uber calling. Blue team maybe need to recognize that weapon fire is building Uber at an exceptional rate at the minute. And you see a Sean engineer for the logjam last.
Yeah, I think they know they're at a really fat disad here. I mean, this is like 30 odd dis.
Yeah, even big enough for the triple off class on logjam last, so they're really bunkering down.
Yeah, I think they're really just like trying to hang on to this one round advantage at the moment. Because, I mean, with that, it gives you a lot of room to play. Like, there's 18 minutes on the clock. Yeah, that's ages, but you run down the clock here, it's not so much anymore, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And I think trading mids, it was going well with them. Going well for them. But red team do take an Uber in. Hasn't really achieved much yet. They only just now get a 2 picks rather, and the sentry. Bonk, however, does die, making the point player much harder as Bread falls trying to play point. Air will also fall to the heavy as the rest of red team are running out with their lives on the left side.
Yeah, I think they're probably just going to commit to like building back here because there's no way you're going to be defending 2 here. You might be able to get a 4. Kid of War does have enough health. We'll have to see if he wants to bomb in. Med's on the point, but he's surrounded by everyone. It's probably not such a clean bomb for him. And with 50% on weapon fire, I mean, you can realistically grind this up. They do have a sniper watching the choke as well, but MG coming straight through using the Uber, they are going to get bonked with that one. See if they can catch anyone else. Looks like they're happy to just commit to the middle and try to clean up the players behind them. Air caught at the rock at their choke. I don't imagine he'll be getting away from this one. Yeah.
Unfortunately not, but yeah, unfortunately the bread sniper just not watching the right angle this time. I know in the past from previous experience he doesn't mind looking into that logs, but this time maybe just the wrong call on the combo.
Yeah. I mean, I think he definitely had choke locked down something fierce, but his players just weren't ready to sort of accept the flank as theirs, I suppose. I don't really know.
Yeah, but it has kind of led to a weapon fire 100%, not even 100%, sorry, 30% advantage, but they are on the last point with only just now a bread off class back onto sniper. His kind of thing, I guess.
Look, he's known for it.
Yeah, but certainly I know him for his sniper nowadays, but I can only imagine what he was like a few years ago.
Horrifying.
I'm sure of it.
In any case, we're just watching both teams sort of spam each other out at the moment. Brett actually getting a really wide peek through the main shutter. Does end up backing out of there. Doesn't really want to lose his life. He does peek over to the right side.
I think blue team should be certain for a sack, which they have done now in the form of the Ano walk-through shutter into traps, I believe it was, the classic. And they're just setting up for that soldier that's just dipped into choke, apparently. Kid of War. They do pick up Bread Sniper, and potentially this soldier that went behind. A 2-player ad here. Yeah, 2 players up on the side of blue team. Could spark a little push with no off classes.
Ano's still coming up on sniper though, so I think they're probably just committing to the.
I think they're just sending a sack. Yeah, I think Sean went in. Although Crybaby gets obliterated in that left lobby by Air, peeking way too big for his boots just then.
Yeah, being 2 down with a sniper here, they know they're going to get pushed, so they've played pretty far back. We'll just have to see if Ano can actually connect a headshot here. Both Ubers coming out.
Does get bombed. Blue team choosing to kind of get Ubers out, lose their sniper, but pick up Air for it, and then lose the point. I don't know, probably an alright situation. They get their scout back on scout, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and there you go.
An even situation, so losing second, but with a round up and an even situation, even a bit of an advantage on the side of MG. Can't really blame them for just playing the more passive, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can see how that one works better for them. But this is sort of what I was talking about them, like, turtling on last. Like, yeah, they've pushed all this way forward now, but it's like, there's only 14 minutes now, and they still have this 1 round ad.
Yeah.
So, I can see why they sort of, like, turtled that last so hard, even though they had arguably pushable advantage, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just... I think they must be trying to minimize mistakes at the moment. Just really trying to play a compact, solid 6v6 game with very few mistakes, very few accidental feeds. I say that as both teams trade a scout, and MG takes a little bit of damage, but not too much is really happening, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's just a classic stalemate. Like we were talking about, like, these teams are very even, so when they both have Uber, neither of them really wants to push.
Yeah, and yeah, both teams have fairly good scouts with a pretty above average DM and very good awareness of when the soldiers will be sacking and potentially where from. So I think sacking into this will be hell as we watch Sean go deep, I believe it is. Gets onto Bonk pretty early, but he didn't need a nice arrow, just surfed away. But Jane Doe, Crybaby on the side of blue team, does die in choke, I guess, to a little bit of unforeseen pressure. Blue team might be forced out here.
Yeah, they just lost Ano on the flank there as well.
Yeah.
I don't see them trying to hold this very long. KL going down very low. He does get out by the skin of his teeth.
MG trying for the god arrows, but just missing them by just millimeters.
I think we're going to see the Ubers come out. Yeah, Weapon Fire popping his Uber onto Shooter.
They do drop Jane Doe, however. Mr. Crybaby dead once more. Looks like with just a demo advantage. Red will get the second point.
They do end up taking out Ano on the tail end of that Uber exchange as well, which is really good for them if they can connect themselves onto this point. I feel like they can probably just walk straight in. They know there's not going to be time for any off classes. They are coming straight through.
Sean. That is very tragic. No real crit heal onto the heavy, so he's just going to have to be arrowed from here on in. He does do a fair bit of work, but Bonk does hit a nice pipe onto MG before he dies, as Red Team might be choosing to run away. Weapon Fire looking to run. He might run into a scout.
Yeah, Ano's right onto him.
He might be dead here. That is a late 20-second death for Weapon Fire. He's really been hit with the unfortunate death count there. But
yeah.
Won't get forwards either. Looks like.
So, I think they and I were on the same page. Like, we were thinking, like, oh, okay, yeah, there's not enough time for them to realistically get an off class up. There was. Just get on heavy, walk out, spawns are close.
Pooters, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need a crit heal, we'll just arrow you 6 times, but Kid of War does die for KL. Little trade, but Bread on Sniper just kind of Sean no respecting. As Bread and Air die, so Bread Sniper not hitting the shot just then, unfortunately.
Yeah, so Air and Kid of War both sort of like waited on mid in an attempt to take out MG, I think, knowing that they're on a fairly decent disad here. It's not
we say
great,
that it's
but
8%.
Yeah, I feel like it might have been higher.
it should. I would have thought it was massive. Maybe MG not healing and a weapon via hard build has actually meant they get Uber first here. That's weapon fire is certainly building Uber very, very well, I think.
Yeah.
See Bread on Sniper.
Oh, and they use straight through, thinking they've still got ad here. Weapon fire using in return and scaring the pants off.
It's a run. MG's dead as well. Like, no, he's
MG
not.
gets
They
out.
actually get frags here. It's
and Ano's still in. He's probably going to get a frag here.
Little player out as weapon fire goes down. They just have to play the point. Bong's got nothing reloaded, which is tragic for a demo man on last rather. And they are going to pick it up. KO little point play combined with an Ano scout just doing the damage. And it's 2-0 on Logjam.
That's a pretty crazy last, man. I really wasn't expecting that one to happen.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I thought we were going to see the end of Saharan Spies probably twice that round.
Yeah.
2 very close last pushes that the red team couldn't really beat, and I hate to bring it up, but we did see this last time I casted Cheesewheel rather. It was their week 7 official on Badlands, and they were in the winning position so many times like they have been now, but just really failed to kind of connect those last pushes. And it usually was the little heavy off class or the engineer off class that really fucked them.
Yeah. We did see that mid was a little bit scrappy for both ends. A lot of players dying, but MG managing to come out tail end of it with full Uber. It looks
really
like the red
nice
team's
shot.
Actually fighting the second point with full disad, which is really
Air
crazy.
Air hit a huge midi, so like it was a huge midi, so they had midi ad from that point. But they do choose to use blue team using Uber to get in. They're gonna catch out Bread, who was probably too far forward. They're gonna catch out everyone. Actually, it was a massacre, and red team were the victim. As a full wipe is seen on the second point.
That's
with
not
spawns,
so clean.
With spawns not up for 6, they are going to get everyone up now. However, how many going to die to traps? One of them. Only the one. Only the one player chose to fight. This might be the collapse of Cheesewheel. The rounds progressively quicker.
Yeah, I think in that situation, like, they were very desperate to try to hang on to second there, knowing that, hey, there's only 8 minutes left. We really need to hold on to this one because we can't really afford to lose another round. They're coming into this round, though. Bonk getting some damage off. Both demo men spamming each other. Something feared. Red team taking that high ground on the left side. Sean and KL taking that high ground on the right. They're posturing. They're looking at each other. Air gets a really fat bomb in. Does go down very low. He doesn't really achieve much with it. KL jumping in as well as return. Bonk getting another frag onto Sean. KL actually dying as well. Shooter taking out Ano. Bread going down. And Crybaby going down, and that looks like the mid's actually going to go the way of Cheesewheel here, which is good for them.
Yeah,
They didn't
it
take out
is.
MG though.
It's a good sign. I think both the soldier of... Oh, sorry. Both the soldier of the red team had a much bigger part to play that mid. You called air with the big bomb, but he was really supported by Kid of War, who kind of landed on the other side of that rock and provide the additional rocket spam that kind of forced them to leave. Just no HP, no positioning, no reason to be there, I guess.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see how they try to play this one though, because they've only got 6 minutes left. They sort of have to wrap up this round quick if they want to have a chance at even bringing this back to a golden cap.
Yeah, with a double off class and 100% even Ubers, blue team will sit here forever. They are taking a scout solo who does take down the sentry pretty early. They do get the force, but Bonk dies super early. Bread's going to die to the heavy. The heavy's also going to pick up Kid of War. It's the heavy's game to win here, unfortunately.
I think Air's behind. They might not know.
They definitely know now as he trades with Ano. But yeah, the Omni Putus just proving two Putus too powerful, I believe.
Rather consistently, man.
Yeah, it's maybe the second or third last hold that he's really kind of shot people, I guess is the best way to put it.
He's a tracking god, dude.
He must be. As blue team knocked a minute off the clock, brought themselves up a point as Bread wide peaks. I think it's just called left, but he is going to feed. Red team getting very desperate now. But yeah, knocking about 90 seconds off the clock now, bringing it back to even Ubers and bringing himself a 100 meters further away from last, I guess.
Yeah.
Big damage from Crybaby as they're all in that one left side room. They do lose Bonk, actually. It was kind of an uncalled frag on our side, but...
Yeah, I think you can see the pressure that Cheesewheel is under here because they're taking fights with Uber and player disad there. They did lose their demo. The Ubers have come out for both teams on the middle point here. I don't really see this going very well for Cheesewheel here. They do get some players in right on the tail end of it, which could turn the tides in their favor. MG going down fairly low.
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, with so much dead time, but no chance of actually winning it, if I was Cheesewheel, I'd be wanting this map over and done with. I would want to be on the next map as soon as possible. I would not want to play the next 4 minutes of this.
It's important for the fantasy points, man. Like, at least get one round, you know what I mean?
The up-and-comings of Sean's ozfortress stats back now.
Yeah.
People are playing for the stats. We're gonna see a couple more people sat on the cap, maybe. Just a few more frags, a few more botting for the med picks, I think. But yeah.
Yeah. We're definitely seeing both sides sort of like posturing towards this last. There's 3 minutes left. I don't know if they're even going to rush this one now. I think they may have made their peace with it and decided, okay, let's just get this one round so that way, you know, it's not a total white.
I think they do need to... Oh, the triple off class. They haven't even shot the sentries. Weapon fire spent about 1 second of that Uber actually on the floor. As Shooter gets caught out by the Pyro. And, yeah. But yeah, this...
Sentry going down's good for them, though. They are still down one.
Good bonk spam, but he is a little alone. He's going to get caught out, actually. And, yeah, this very important... Wouldn't really have fed the entire team there, but...
It's a 4-man.
It definitely was a 4-man.
That's crazy.
Bit of a... Must really wanted to have played Product this week, but yeah. No, this map in 2 minutes 40, I think if Saharan Spies coast to coast this, we could have some not very happy gamers on the side of Cheesewheel. But if Cheesewheel kind of bring it back with one good round, I think we might be on for a bit of a reset. I think Cheesewheel are fairly capable of resetting. China's Crybaby fat bomb onto weapon fire, just
taking him out on 90%. I think that's really going to stick it in him, man.
Yeah, that's put some knives in the side of a weapon fire, unfortunately, but yeah.
Yeah.
Brett behind. He is killing Sean. He hit a nice shot onto MG, I believe. I don't even know. It might have been full
Kidderbor's
damage, to be
on him
honest.
as well. That scout's down very low. He does get cleaned up for his efforts,
Omni,
though.
Omni, the Merc on the side of the blue team. I think he could definitely be called MVP of this match. His heavy has been uncontestable on last holds, and he's definitely really nailed the role of the pocket scout tonight.
For sure. A lot of damage happening on this middle here. Not a lot of frags really coming out of it. A bit of trading.
Shooter
Sean
will die. Bonk and
Shooter
weapon
going
fire
down.
disconnected. Huge stickies. Weapon fire down to a Jane Doe sticky. It's just looking like Farmageddon if you cry, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, he
This
does
guy's
not hit
actually
that.
sending us invites to Farmville, dude. This is gross.
Yeah. It's not going to hit it on Brad, however, doesn't need to. He's asserted dominance on the server. So I think 1 minute left. I think that's about STV delay, so I'm going to start hunting for some logs.
Hell yeah, dude.
What map would you play?
Yeah, we're seeing the GGs in the chat with 50 seconds remaining. I don't think the cheesewheel team is likely to be getting there, connecting this last together. But
Yeah, sure.
definitely an interesting map. We sort of thought this would go the other way, didn't we?
Yeah, we really did, and the margin really panning out to 4. Oh, I think I'm alright to reveal the score.
Oh, dude. So in this last 30 seconds, they managed to turn this into another last?
Is it only Theo? Oh, sorry, I believed it was.
That's
Yes,
crazy. In this last 16
they're doing
seconds.
it. Oh, this will put some nails in the coffin. There is 10 seconds left.
Oh, this is gross.
Air's caught out behind.
MG's
They've
on the
already got
point,
someone
getting
on
the
the
time
point.
going.
They're not going to stop him either. Just as the timer ticks down, you'd be frustrated. Yeah. One thing to say about the Omni Merc combo scout, 27-7 played a lot with Beam, but MG dying under half the amount of times of weapon fire on Medic really meant that MG was able to get a lot more heals out to his teammates, which would have been especially important in those mid fights, especially the fights that tended to drag on a little longer.
Yeah. And we're seeing Bonk doing 293 DPM coming in at the top, 15 for 13. But Crybaby coming in pretty close underneath, 280, 23 for 11. I mean, there's a big difference in those stats. Like, yeah, maybe Bonk did a little bit more damage, about 400 more, I think, over the course of the map. But that's like, you don't come back from that,
Yeah, it's definitely a strong performance from a lot of the players of Saharan Spies, I think.
Absolutely.
I think it's fair to say that anyone that has been following this division wouldn't have put them as a really grand final contestants. Fourth place probably deserved to be there, but I think top 3 everyone would have really had cheesewheel over them for third place or higher. So I think maybe a little bit of ego, maybe a little bit of want from Saharan Spies wanting to prove people wrong has come out and really stamped a mark on everyone's book that Saharan Spies are here to play the game.
Yeah. These guys are actually really like showing up for this match, man. And like
Showing up big
they
time.
picked this map, didn't they?
It was a cheesewheel pick to lose 4-0 on, so I don't know if they just didn't like any of the other maps that got banned or what, but it was certainly a questionable pick from the side of Cheesewheel, and it's put them at 1-0. Like, this map is a must win for them. This map that they lost.
Yeah. So this one was a Saharan Spies pick, and it totally favors them if that's the case. Like, if they're going to pick it, then we have to assume that they feel like it's a map that really works for them. And coming into that 1-up already in the best of a 3, That is a good spot to be if you're Saharan Spies here, man.
Yeah, certainly. And I don't know how you feel about Badlands, but in my kind of experience playing and watching it this season, it is a map that you either kind of know how to push last on or you don't. And after witnessing and playing in some of the longest 30-minute one round Badlands games of my life, I wouldn't really pick cheesewheel to really have a fundamental understanding of how to push this last. I think. Wait,
There's a lot of gamers on cheesewheel that have played for a very long time.
I know. I don't know. They just if Saharan Spies get the off classes right, I think we might see a repeat of our week 7 cast, which was a half-hour 1-0 game, which was won in the last 2 minutes.
Very good. Very good.
It was I think there were 16 mid fights all up.
Jesus.
With teams just going coast to coast and then going back home, kind of thing. It was
the round the world trip, eh?
It was a very strange performance from both teams. I see why Saharan Spies picked it, but I would have thought this was a map that favors cheesewheel due to their age.
I mean, like I was saying though, I think it's fairly even. Like, yeah, cheesewheel gamers have been around longer, but like quite a few of them were AWOL for a firm period of time. Like, I think in terms of actual season experience, it's probably fairly equal, right? I'm not gonna do the math. I don't want to count it, but like,
me neither. But I mean, yeah, I think we discount the fact like players like MG have been around since the prehistoric era. Yeah. Sean, another one who's kind of played his few seasons in Prem, few seasons in Inter.
KL's been around a hot minute as well.
KL's been around, and certainly Crybaby's been around since he was a literal fetus, from my understanding. So
yeah, I mean, I think both teams should at least have a vague idea of how to play it. I guess it's just whether or not they actually convert that knowledge into playing it.
I think that might be what I was getting at a bit more. I think I did the bad English, but it's fine.
It's all good.
I'll just come out and openly shit talk one team. But no, it's certainly, hopefully a good game. I don't want to watch half an hour of one round again, if I'm honest.
Yeah, neither. But, you know, we'll see what happens.
Wasn't great. Really wasn't great, actually.
What's your thoughts on pushing last with heavy on this map? I think it's fat.
With heavy,
yes.
My own team has given it a try. We haven't worked it out, but I can definitely see the power in it.
So it's like you just like use through top left, take control of that height, and just wander your heavy in, and then give him a buff right on the tail end of the Uber. It's so fat.
No, I definitely see the power. I just don't think we've unlocked its potential in scrims, but I definitely want to have a few gimmicky players up my sleeve coming into my side of the finals.
Yeah.
But even saying, as you mentioned, heavy, I mean, the triple off class that Saharan Spies were doing on Logjam last that worked so well from will arguably work even better on a map like Badlands, where it is even smaller, even more crowded, and the doorways are ridiculously smaller. So I think a little Pootis, Pyro, and Sentry could really stop any chance of last pushes for either team. As we're waiting on Crybaby to rejoin the server. He did say he would be right back.
Yeah, he's wasting your time and mine, mate.
Yeah, there was talks of a few delayed Lamau box installs, so I think he might have to just quickly restart to get that going. Other than that, we should be hopefully going into some Team Fortress.
Oath, dude. I'm very excited to see how this map goes.
We did play in an hour and 10 minutes. We've watched one map.
Yeah, and I'm excited for this to end. I have work in the morning and I'm tired.
Yeah, this was Certainly didn't sign up for a 3-hour cast, but currently one map an hour is how we're going, and cheesewheel show any form of dominance, I might be looking to substitute myself out.
Oh, dude, you and me both.
Yeah, any form of golden cap, and I think we might call it nice and early. We'll make up scores.
Just do the classic. You record 2 sound bites, you know? One
Yeah.
for like, wow, congratulations to cheesewheel, or like whatever. Congratulations to Saharan Spies.
we see already up from MG Crybaby back in the server and a weapon fire ready up. Sorry for the yawn, but I'm struggling to keep
me off, bro.
Yeah, struggling to keep the eyes up, as I want to watch the Crybaby roll out. I think I kind of stayed on the bonk cam too much, but that was the losing cam.
Ooh, big word.
Fortunately.
I'm watching this one from a bird's eye view. It looks like both teams are sort of getting there at the same time. Crybaby up on his train. Bonk actually playing in-house. Just come down onto the hoodoos. Sean getting really clean bombs straight through. A lot of frags coming out on all sides.
Huge bomb from the soldier of the red team, combined with Bonk's damage and Bread's dominance across that midpoint. Full wipe on the blue team.
Super clean. AL going down fairly late as well.
Yeah, for sure. We're in for the long haul.
Yeah, I'm not excited.
If that mid's anything to go off, we're gonna be here a while.
Yeah, someone's gonna have to duck down to 7-Eleven and get us a Red Bull, eh?
Yeah, just keep it keep the posture good, keep the eyes open, and we might get through this as we see the engineer, but not the. I suppose weapon fire did go down, so like maybe not really wanting to hard commit to last, because logjam, as hard as it is to push into, it is also hard as hell to push out of.
Yeah, and it looks like for at least a second there they were committing to that last. They had an NG up, but now it seems that they've understood that their ad wasn't as bad as they thought. They've actually gone off that NG and they're just grinding their Uber up. So we'll have to see. Maybe it's a miscount. Like maybe they're going to try to come in through lobby.
They're up on the pyro. No, a sniper, I think. So maybe they're gonna just poke around, see what they can get. Oh, weapon fire getting eagerly close to that sniper sight line. Brett is looking to counter-sack on the sniper, just dies 2 traps. It's my favorite part is watching scouts run through traps. But yeah, counter-sack. Kid Award does die, 2 down for the side of cheesewheel. Might have a push out here. Sean's just clearing behind him. Saharan looking to push out of trash. They are out. Looks like they're trying to take early. Bonk does die to a nice little KL bomb, as blue team seem to get this cap for nothing more than a med drop, it appears. Oh, Brad, just when I thought we were getting some momentum. Red team does get forced. Very early force. It might even be even Ubers on last, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it might be, but look, these spawns are only just coming out now. If Air can get in there nice and quick right now, he'll be able to get a lot of damage.
They stalled. It was a really nice performance from KL, just being in front of them. The soldier does choose to play point.
Kid of War straight onto the point. They're getting their players in now. Everyone's had to commit to the point.
They're all watching out for this
really
sniper.
low behind that point.
Shooter's doing a large amount behind the scenes as players add for the blue team. I say that as Air kind of dies, but yeah, Bonk just kind of munching the players now. They are,
but this ain't good. This ain't good if your weapon fire.
Brad does kill MG just as weapon fire goes down. Saharan Spies holding onto that with the skin of their teeth. God. I don't know who I want to win.
I think they played that a little too scrappy. I think they could have spent some more time to really decide how they were going to push it and just push it instead of like throwing in players one by one by one by one. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, I certainly agree that the actual the kind of continual feed wasn't great from any of their players, but I think if they wanted to push, they had to go at that second because the spawners of the blue team were coming up and into position. So Bread on the sniper, wide peaks for MG, does survive after taking about 150. Shooter will go down. It looks like the counter-sack as Sean had already died at some point during that.
Yeah. So Shooter's still down in the minute, but Bread's still up on Sniper. He's playing on their train. I think he's just gazing at Choke. KL jumping through, probably to try and get a force on a weapon fire. Does end up getting cleaned up for his effort. Bread's still up on Sniper though, so I think they might just try to bully him in Choke to try and get a shot. He's already proven that he can sort of like... He's got MG's number, dude. He's got the magnetic ball. He's JFKing this dude into the next century. Bonk peeking that Choke. Shooter actually getting himself through. Oh! Almost dying to the traps that got put there directly afterwards. Bread's got a pretty good sightline. Looks like he's committing to something else though. It's backing up a bit.
Yeah, we're just back with this stalemate. It seems like 5 minutes down.
Oh, my timer isn't working. HUD is busted. Bread wide peaks for the hero shot. Gets an arrow.
Gets a really nice I actually don't know what's happening. Jane Doe does die and so does KL, but blue team's still looking to hold this rather close. He hits that on Omni. He's a nice headshot. And with a simple scout shot, they get the kind of cringe force and death of Omni. It's just game over at this point.
And Weapon Fire's held onto his Uber. I mean, Sean could be bombing for it. Crybaby's got some traps in lobby. Have to see what happens there.
1 second, I've just alt-tabbed and...
Bread headshotting KL straight into love before they even come through. KL manages to get that bow, he's getting himself back up. They cut this sniper up still, but they have used straight through. There's a pyro here. There's only got one scout to delete him. Air's in and very low.
Air does take a huge reflect rocket. Weapon fire goes down alongside Bonk. Bonk a little earlier. They're gonna kill Shooter, so it looks like another failed push from Weapon fire. I hate to say it, but I'm kind of looking...
We are seeing Kid War in track. Oh, he does get cleaned up.
Nice little half health rocket, but it's not looking too deadly as blue team with full ad and a Bread sniper standing in their way between this and mid.
Yeah, Bread's really showing up on this map.
Yeah, with a kind of confusing bomb that worked out, but Bonk will kill MG with a very awesome trap.
Did he have him in the rocks?
I must have been in the rocks.
I think he had him in the rocks at top of Hooters.
Oh,
what a fucking gamer, dude.
He's definitely played too much Badlands. But yeah, now with a 50% ad, it looks like we're going back to blue team's last for another appearance.
See, someone should come up heavy and then they can do what we were talking about, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it might actually, heavy v heavy, I feel. Blue team's not building. They don't... Maybe... Might have had a chance here.
Yeah, they're still in that lobby area. I'm wondering if they might actually try to forward hold, but they're grinding pretty hard.
Yeah, it looks like forward hold might not be it. They've gone the pyro in the forward hold lobby. They
may just be trying to run a bit of time on the forward hold.
Actually, they get bonk, and that will basically give them enough time. 10 seconds to get 30%. Like, it's very doable. I don't think Weapon Fire will look to use Uber without bonk. Saying that, they do double scout into the pyro.
Oh, it's clean. It's good.
It's clean. They take down the demo. They take down the heavy.
They take down the med. KL's coming out of left spawn,
and they've capped the point. We are going to Snake Water, isn't it?
Not yet.
We'll be heading there soon enough. It's all good though, as we see another midpoint. Bonk it up this time. I feel like he might be it on the mids.
Yeah, with 21 minutes left, so we're seeing the blue team taking that I don't know if I'm still allowed to call it shithouse, but they're actually double bombing their soldiers.
Blue team have taken the red team's side, taken a lot of damage in doing so, but caught out Weapon Fire, Bread, Air, and Bonk, all in the same spawn wave, with only Ano dying on Scout. for Shooter's life. Looks like Killer War's the only one up after that mid height. Very good submarine style mid. I don't know if they went through shithouse. I think you actually said that. My bad.
Yeah, so they did go through shithouse, but they bombed their soldiers straight around like very early, and then followed them super close. Like it was very well played.
Yeah, right. No. Both the soldier bombs look very connected, very intertwined with each other, and that led to the massive amount of damage that Weapon Fire and players around him took.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like the way that those guys played that was actually like pretty clinical, man. Like,
Yeah, you gotta give it to him as the full Uber comes out, as the Pyro's not looking. The Pyro's been knocked onto ground. The Sentry will get taken out very, very easily as Bonk takes huge amounts of damage. Does hit a nice, like, pipe or sticky or something, but he is going down 10 HP. He will die as Blue Team kind of get the frags and the point. Alright, I have hope that Blue Team might have this one.
yeah, we might be able to get a decent bedtime yet, bro.
That was a very clinically... That was a very good round from the Blue Team. A very mid to last. Everything went right. I think the Pyro and the Red Team just not looking at the doorway killed them. As Crybaby takes a nice fat little sticky, but the double soldier late does come through as Bonk is very roped in the Blue Team's choke. I'm gonna swap sides this bit. I'm getting a little wigged out if I'm honest. Crybaby does die alongside KL for Kid of War's life. Sean will go down. MG, sorry, is going to find it very hard to leave. Oh, but they do. My bad.
Yeah, they do actually manage to get out. That was actually a pretty interesting mid. So, like, both teams, I think, went for the same sort of strategy.
Bonk might die. He's very, very aggro. The Blue Team scouts are choosing to fight this.
Well, that's
they do
a free
lose
scout.
one scout. They do lose two scouts. Very interesting choice, MG. You know, I actually respect his decision not to follow the bot scouts as they kinda chose to fed there.
Yeah. So we're seeing Weapon Fire get himself into lobby. I don't think they really want to convert that into a push because those spawns have just come up. And also, I mean, 2 scouts. Yeah, you're 2 players up, but it's pushing last. 2 scouts, I don't really give a shit. Do you, like?
Yeah, not really.
Exactly. So, I think we'll be looking at another stalemate. We'll have to see if Bread wants to sack in and get himself back onto Sniper. Because he's definitely been pumping pretty hard. There is a Sniper up on the side of the Blue Team. Aino? It's Aino, yeah.
They do pick up Sean and Aino with this. A Bonk taking it very slowly. Even Ubers have come out. MG with a much longer Uber. Look like they're going to pick up Kid of War. Maybe Bonk. A little bit of cap time as Blue Team take a huge bloody rocket from air. Ooh. And we're trading rounds this way, that way, every way it looks like.
Yeah, so maybe not so much on the early bedtime, man. That was a really good Uber. Like, Bread was able to get himself in and just sort of like sit on the point until it was mostly cap, and Air just like stood on top of that ring and just absolutely
hit some very high damage rockets. It looked like very crucial rockets as both
coming
teams
into this mid,
opting to change mids once more. Sean dies very early. I guess that comes with the bomb into the enemy team. Kale also going down as Blue Team choosing to leave. I don't think it's working anymore, guys. Red Team, now that they are mirroring this mid from the Blue Team, I don't think it's just as good.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like we're seeing both teams are sort of going for that like submarine sort of play, like you mentioned earlier, but Weapon Fire's team, Cheesewheel, they're managing to like get themselves up to that high ground much earlier, which just gives them such a fat advantage when those guys are stuck in valley. Like,
yeah, and I think another factor is the Red Team soldiers. They haven't jumped every single time, but when they have, it hasn't been straight into the enemy's face. I think they've just been kind of thinking about where they're landing to ensure that they're living just that extra bit longer for that fight to kind of continue. Yeah. I think the loss of life really proving very crucial as Bread picks up Smiley Face KL. Red team does use Uber as Bread gets body shot, however. MG with a much larger Uber and much later Uber rather, and it looks like we have a stalemate.
Yeah, I don't think anything's going to change off that. Bread's still down and air is low. It may result in a push out from the blue team here, Saharan Spies, but it looks like they're not really committing to it. Bread's staying on Sniper. I think he's still trying to convert that into a good pick for his team here.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. Just hearing the noise of the double build.
Yeah, they're both grinding like really hard, just trying to get that Uber.
Bread for the red team on the Sniper. Blue team with no choice of off-class. I don't see why you wouldn't have an off-class in this situation. I know you've got to push back out, but you got to really...
It looks like they're taking both soldiers lower right. Weaponfire's with him. Kid War's through, he takes out Sean.
Bread might be looking for that shot. He does get spotted fairly earlier.
Wow, okay.
I do get a
taking out
second player
another.
Actually. With
That
Bread
should trigger
looming.
the push.
Definitely
Shooter
has.
coming through with the Uber.
Blue team haven't used just yet, or they have
Jesus.
now. Blue team played that very well. Looks like weapon fire's out, but yeah. MG might die to a body shot. He just misses. He takes down Jane Doe rather. Bread not hitting all the shots that you'd want him to at the moment. Yeah, unfortunately, Bread just not connecting targets, although he does hit that scout. And he will get that scout. But yeah. Not ideal from the red team, unfortunately. The player that won them that first round not working out so well.
Yeah, that last point was like really capped though. That was super close. Weapon fire and bonk nearly caught here. It looks like they're still trying to fight. They're trying to block that point or something. No players behind. Sean's in deep. He's on. Weapon fire's down dummy low. If he gets jumped here, he is pumped, man. I'm telling you. That guy is getting shafted.
Yeah,
He is
red
regenning
team
though.
back capping second point. Looks like it's really a foot down on the gas from both teams at the minute. They're either going forwards or backwards. Not looking like much stalemate.
Yeah. Weapon fire getting his Uber. MG's about to have, and we're back to another even Uber's stalemate. Have to see if Bread wants to sack or if they wish to just play an Uber.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate to see a double sack on this map. I think definitely has maybe a bit of potential of just mixing things up, maybe securing a force. Both teams just preferring to sit down and do nothing. Looks like they might be going both soldiers bottom right again.
Do see a spy on the side of the blue team. I think he's
Sean
just
does
checking
go
off
down
classes.
again, however, to this double soldier right. Can't get caught out every time like this, Sean. Red team does actually trigger the use. 30 seconds, 30% after MG will use. And they're gonna get cleaned up actually. Bonk and Shooter go down. Weapon fire picked up. Bread also down. Looks like it's just the two soldiers who baited bottom right the entire fight. They will pick up Sean, however. No one else, it appears. Air is very weak, so Air does go down. Need to get the cap though, however.
Our control point is being captured.
It's just
Damn,
looking like
dude. This is never ending. They're pushing back out. They've got this fat Uber out. I imagine that they could convert this into a last here. Bread sniping from forward spawn. He's watching that choke. He does body shot KL. Stops that jump in its tracks. There is a scout in shithouse that hasn't been seen. He's right onto weapon fire.
Bread
Get cleaned
taken
up.
down very low, however. He does swap. I think he might have been sat in forwards. Definitely sat in forwards, rather. So neither team too healthy at the moment.
Yeah, looking at
blue
the
team.
ad, it's a little bit horrifying if you're cheesewheel here.
Air does get a huge force actually. Denies a lot of that Uber.
Our control point is being
And it looks like weapon fire with 90%. choosing to kind of sit just a little bit further in lobby, but yeah. Bread dying late.
The control point is being
That may stuff up his team's chances of doing much with the Uber here. I think they're probably just going to be waiting it out for the last. I can't imagine them doing anything with it.
Certainly now, yeah, it's Bonk with some nice traps, but he's just gonna get pressured by a soldier, and it looks like MG might be given the ability to kind of just get Uber here. As unfortunate as it may seem. Oh, red team looking to push out. I don't think they know that MG's only like 10% away from getting. As they try and clear the traps. They do lose a fairly large Uber ad as air sacks in.
Yeah, air sacked in.
Bonk might actually be caught here. Very weak. He will get caught. This shaping for a bit of a round. They do have bread on Putus, but not much else to really stop him.
Bread's in such a bad position as well. Like, it's not so hot.
Red team
Weapon
even
fire
used first,
dropping
they
one.
drop Crybaby. Both teams dropping players. They do really choke this as MG's being chased out. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Ano kind of lose that one as MG is forced to run away with his life and a scout.
Yeah, shooters up on that cap nice and early. They may actually be able to block both Sean and Ano here, I believe. Which will be very good for them.
Easily, yeah.
Alright, guys, push through, please.
I think we're gonna play the safe game and just wait for Ubers. Saying that, both teams with neither one with significant advantage, and it's kind of just a spam fight on mid. However, Blue opting to give out most of the mid.
Yeah, at this point though, it makes sense to build the Uber up because you're still going to get pumped.
They do choose to use. They might get weapon fire here. He's looking like he might just be out. Well,
Shooter going
they
down.
do get 2 for this with no one. Weapon fire 96% does find a scout to kind of link up with. As says, give me my Uber, please. As air gets picked off super late. No forward spawners on the side of red team, but large disad.
Yeah, I think they'll be defending last with this. I don't see. Maybe they'll have all their players up in time to actually push out. If these guys take lobby, they could probably get pumped, but I think they're smarter than that. We're just sort of seeing like another one of these stalemates. At the moment though, I mean, cheesewheel's still up around. Like, it's definitely a push on the side of Saharan Spies here. So we're just sort of watching this one. Looks like Saharan Spies are taking that spire. They're looking to get themselves into the lobby. Here's peeking bats. I don't think he's seen them yet though. They've actually come all the way through bats. They've come the safe way. And they're screaming about spies and stuff, so I think they're a bit fierce. They're checking for traps. Just examining the situation before they do anything. We do see bread on heavy though, so that might be just enough to really blow this push out of the water, you know what I mean? Give that guy a depth charge. So Ano's able to walk straight in. He's already on the point. He's getting that cap. No one's seen it. He's got that cap pretty much all the way. They have to stand on the point from here. Weapon fire caught behind the point. He can't really go anywhere else. Sean came in on that one as well. Did a bit of damage to weapon fire, but didn't really achieve much with it. And it looks like that might actually trigger a counter push. There's traps in lobby though, and Bonk goes down to them. They do have Kid of War on the second point. He might be able to cap this before they can do very much. KL's dummy low in main. He does end up going down to shooter. The Uber comes out from MG. Popping to save his demo there on that last point. They're just going to have to run away with it though. They can't do anything with this. Shooter goes down, but yeah, this is, I don't really know how to like talk about this one because it's just such a messy fight. Air's still ahead of the rest of his team here. He's in that lobby area, so we'll have to see if he wants to like call his team forward and take that forward hold area. But I mean, with the 60% ad here, like I think if you're cheesewheel, you want to be pushing. But they've kept bread on heavy, so Maybe they're just
Yeah.
so fearful of how capped that point is. I don't know.
Maybe they think that they can hold Saharan Spies on last. I mean, there is only 5 minutes left.
Such a dangerous play to make though, with only 5 minutes left, because they only have to cap one, and then you're playing a golden cap. You know?
Yeah, it certainly is. High risk, high reward.
Yeah. Seeing the super wide peek from that sniper, I think he's just been caught out. He does end up getting cleaned up.
That will be the sack of the
hyping through
team.
choke.
Bread up on the sniper, however.
Probably gonna slow it down. Looks like Bonk's getting ready to sort of wander himself straight through choke. Crybaby's real close.
Huge damage. It was astronomical.
Yeah, it's just a classic spam fight. Not much to talk about. I'm on the bread cam personally. Gonna have to see what he wants to achieve.
They do pick up air, and weapon fire drops to a huge KL bomb. That is really not what you want to see. MG needs to bait this with all his life. Bread is actually playing Overwatch currently. They are just gonna pick up everyone. MG just fucking giganto balls. Huge rocket from fucking Kid of War, however. Doesn't get picked up just yet. He will, however, and now it's even Ubers.
That's such a great force for his team there, though. Like, if they hadn't have forced him there, that was
saving.
That was an easy round for Saharan Spies if they didn't get forced there. That force was super important.
It was such a great play off KL's bomb, and just the, MG not committing too much until it was the right time, but just trusting his player's DM to kind of pick up the frags. It was so good from Saharan Spies, but
absolutely. But it looks like both teams are grinding here. Weapon fire actually does have around about like 10-20 ad, but I don't think it's worth talking about. Like, they're not going to do anything with it. They've got that sentry in the last point.
Got a double off class as well. Interesting to see if they can do a double sack. They have sentry watching the point, however.
Yeah, double sacking here into a sentry and a heavy sounds pretty yikes, I'm not gonna lie.
They take an exchange here, I don't know. Yeah, it's they are playing the point. That scout just doesn't really do much. Looks like just an awful exchange all around. They lose 2 for it.
And with Shooter staying at last, I'm pretty sure the rest of his team can probably push here.
Feels like Shooter's swapped off, so we'll be seeing a fully buffed Bread. MG's team, Saharan Spies, they're not looking to give this up, however.
Yeah, still a 10% dis ad on the side of weapon fire. And these guys have control of bats. Like, this is a tough spot to push in, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just noticed now, but there's only 2.5 minutes left.
They might just try to turtle it a little bit further. I mean, they've kept Bread on heavy the entire time, so I think they may just be committing to it.
Interesting time to swap off Engineer. Maybe they'll go with this ad. Like, they're definitely not shaping up to go.
Yeah, I mean, MG's team needs to find an ad of some variety, like a player ad or even just damage ad.
Sentry.
Yeah, if they can take that sentry out, that might trigger the push just as is. Because Bread's kind of isolated, like he'd be fairly easy to focus down. It looks like they're actually trying to take an exchange of some variety. They're keeping it really solid.
They're
taking
taking
that sentry out.
Oh, weapon fire drops!
Oh my god.
Bomb goes down. It's just a heavy, really the only thing standing between MG does die, Jane Doe dies. Oh, it looks like it could be an even fight. It's just a pure DM scrapfest. One scout and blue team will take it out. We did have a minute and a half. I don't think you can even cap. We're going to golden cap.
We have to go to golden cap, which blows. But Sean was playing that high ground on the top right. It was like super crucial. He was doing so much damage, totally unopposed once he was up there.
Oh, it was so tragic. Crybaby with huge sticky pipe combo. I don't know, man. I don't think either team can win, but I don't think either team is looking to lose at the moment.
I think it's possible. You might as well try for it. Air getting a
Oh,
lot of damage
certainly.
in. Fragging people left, right, and center. Weapon fire going down. It's just Air versus 3. He gets cleaned up.
Control point.
Maybe doable if
40
they keep
seconds? That scout's got to run straight to the point, like now, yeah?
Yeah, they've definitely got to really look to get people going. People need to start moving. Yes. Scouts
30
should have been on
seconds?
that.
This might be doable.
Engineer
now?
heavy on last. It'll be the driest dry fight. If blue team is even in, they're just coming in now. They need to go straight through main. Blue team
16
set up,
seconds.
fully defense. You wouldn't think they'd be able to do it. 12 seconds.
They have Brett on the point, but they got both scouts in on him. He does end up going down. His players getting
Century.
onto that point.
Yeah, it just looks like impossible. I mean, it was impossible. Alright, this will either be the best thing to happen to this game or the worst, my friend Snazzy.
I will be taking a 5-minute sabbatical if the golden cap goes the way of cheesewheel. Like, I just need a minute.
Yeah.
Let's find these logs though in the meantime.
Yes.
So I'm gazing at him myself. KL coming through real fat with the damage, 299, followed closely by Air on 283 and Shooter on 229. This is closer to like the sort of scoreline I was expecting on the last map.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, I'm just zoning out a little bit.
That's
However,
alright. Having a quick look at the frags, we see Shooter coming in with 24, followed by Omni with 21, and Kid of War with 19. There's not really all that much to talk about with these stats. It's so evenly matched. Like,
it's just your typical product. Neither of those maps, sorry. Pro lands stats. Yeah, I mean, both meds died the same amount of time. You know, soldiers were all relatively even in terms of KD, kills, DPM. You know, demos kind of took a backseat then because they're on demo. But yeah, just not what you want. MG doing a large amount of damage once more. However, both teams 3 drops on MG's side, 2 on weapon fire. However, arguably weapon fires were very crucial. It's could be in for a long one.
Yeah, look. Yeah, look.
It's God, I think both teams just reconsidering what they're gonna do. It'll be interesting to see if Saharan Spies choose to mix up their game plan. I know they haven't had the best of game plans.
Yeah, coming live though, I believe.
I think we're live. We're straight into it. Teams just wanting to carry on the momentum.
This is the golden cap, and this is do or die for cheesewheel. Like, they either have to get this or they have to get out, bro. Both teams are reaching this mid, taking each other's sides just like earlier. So it's a bit of a swapsies.
KL on bonk, however.
Oh, his hand.
He does get bonk. Oh, it's huge. Sean goes down for not much. Oh, for a weak weapon fire. Brett also going down. Jane Doe also dead. Looks like red team might just have the edge here, as MG is choosing to run for his life. Oh, it's happening, dude. Please, no.
Weapon fire getting by the skin of his teeth there, man.
He
was
survived
hiding.
off nothing.
He was hiding with like no health. That scout just like couldn't convert the frag, and his players were around him. So, oy oy oy.
God, it is it's even Ubers.
I've never been like less excited by a golden cap. I just don't want this to happen.
Yeah, it's nothing against either team, but it's against my bedtime.
It's against nature.
It's they're looking to do a double soldier, right? I think they know they can catch out Sean, who's on engineer, not here to be caught out.
Oh,
however, they do catch out a heavy.
The
How?
heavy's just as good, I would say.
The heavy's
Because the sentry's only
almost
level 2
better,
still.
Yeah. And you can spam the sentry, you can't, as they have done now, they do drop bread on sniper, don't really know why. Uber does come out from both teams, although nothing major's happened. Shooter does get Shooter does die alongside Bonk, and blue team are maybe going forward. I didn't watch any of that.
It was just a really scrappy fight, and lobby players got caught. They weren't like looking around, things flanked through main, and were just able to frag.
That's
Weapon fire
perfect.
did get out.
Oh, they deny 4. It's huge. Weapon fire only just now beaming. It's like 20% ad. Blue team getting onto mid. You can't actually stack. There's no one to deny. They look like they want to go forward. Don't sit here.
It's fantasy points, bro. You need the fantasy points. It looks
I
like they're
understand the
actually ready
caps.
to
He's
go
going
through
from-
house.
Yeah, Sean peeking choke, just distracting Bonk a little bit.
Are they going to go diag or porch? What do you
They're
reckon?
very... I think Air last time really shut them down. They have gone diag this time.
They're
They
through.
need to go now because Weapon Fire's coming up on that Uber, and if they choose to stay in and commit, this could get scrappy rather.
They're in behind weapon fire here. They do end up getting the force
huge
out.
exchange. It is a bit of a multi from the side of blue team, but red team are leaving because Bonk does get dropped, and Bread gets picked up. Saharan Spies might have gone coast to coast with this. With 2 down, even Ubers, no one on off classes. MG just needs to beam someone and go to last, dude. They're in through right side. Blue team, they're really waiting on spawners now, red team. Air does pick up 1, however, the point play is pretty immaculate from the blue team. It looks like they might do it. There is a heavy, however, the heavy's done it.
Bread again, dude. Again with the heavies on this last.
Bread gaming. I really thought, honestly, I really thought it was, oh dude, I'd cry. I really thought blue team had it, dude.
The
As
sticky
Bonk
trap on
kills
forward
2.
spawn. Oh
God.
my lord.
It's just, it's just nails in the coffin for either team at this point.
It's gonna be nails in mine, I'll tell you.
God, if I even wake up tomorrow, it'll be a miracle. As red team decide to push diag with like what appears to be about a 60% add and a feeding Sean. Looks like lobby might be clear. I think this is Weapon Fire's round to lose. Sorry, Cheesewheel's round to lose.
I mean, it is their round to lose. Like, they have to fuck this up something fierce. They're looking to take that top ground area.
Any slow, I mean, Sentry, Pyro,
Play top right. Play
70%.
top right. Please play
They're
top right.
They're delaying. Just the more
Don't
they
delay.
80%.
Okay, they played top left here. They've got a
They're
pyro
getting
there,
denied
ready
by
to
the
frag
Pyro.
them.
Sentry's not getting in. They
Air's
get
gonna
one
die.
player.
Yeah.
Yeah, they trade for Air, and it's now almost full disad as they just get the Sentry.
Bonk's down shockingly low. He does end up going down in that main area. Bread is on the point, which is
Shooter
pretty
goes to
impressive.
play point, however, it's just hopefully so his team can get out, because you wouldn't want to be stuck in this last anymore. Weapon Fire walking out of Valley. Oh, it appears Greybridge actually. Bread going for the back cap. Oh, there's 5 people on last, bro.
Yeah, this is great. You'd be more excited.
I could.
I think
There's
Bread's
a
going
1v1
in for
on
it.
the
He's
point.
fighting that.
He doesn't. Sean shoots the ground just better than Bread shoots the player, unfortunately.
It's very unfortunate. The Uber does come out from the side of the
very
Saharan
weak
Spies.
players. That's one soldier down. Might get a second one. Air's not healthy. And it looks like Bonk, Shooter, and Weapon Fire running for their lives with a 50% ad. However, if they deny these 2 soldier spawns, there's no hope of pushing mid in the next 10 seconds. I want this over, man.
I really want this over.
So 50% Uber disad. As they're pushing into second, they backed all the way actually. This is really unexpected.
Weapon Fire's
Bonk
caught in
dies.
trap. He's
Bonk
just
dies to a
gotten the Uber.
KL bomb. Where's MG in all this? MG hasn't healed anything.
MG's on 50% at the choke.
They do actually get the cap, so they might get some forwards here. They're not going to get forwards, however they are going to be able to hold mid.
These guys need to push right now. And they really need to clean up this med, like, fast. Or they're just not going to be able to do anything with it.
Yeah, although they are just going to get all their spawners, like even Ano. It looks like they could have been faster to fight this, I think. They get Ano, like, they'll be in its full 70% ad. You have to go in here. Looks like they want to do a bomb the crybaby little play.
That's a
They are
classic
trying to-
maneuver.
Yeah, they are just trying to avoid bonk spam at the moment, which is probably the best way to go about this. Looking to bully this in for free.
I don't
although
think they want to use here. MG
They
does
are going to get
forced.
forced, and it's such an awful position for him now. They would have been better off just taking the Uber in, I feel.
Yeah.
Because now they're at 70% disad with only a midpoint to their name. Looking to try get in, but huge bonk.
Bonk
damage.
doing massive
Weapon
damage.
fire does get the force, however. KL's been doing some fat bombs at the minute. And looks like everyone's just trying to get out. If they get Crybaby, you know, I'd say it's maybe doable.
It's that trap and choke that they need to be fearful of.
Does die to that trap as it looks like God, everyone's just feeding left, right, and center. Sean's gonna. Oh, it's just Uber out on the blue team. Sean's here now. Surely another. I reckon a house push here. You guys just. Yeah, they're going house. They have to go quick though. It's only 50%. Oh, they're going diag. Oh, doing a valley. They need to go now.
Yeah, they need to be in, like, by now at this point. Weapon fire's on 70%.
Maybe just taking this in for free, setting up an even Ubers. You know, I actually don't mind this. That if that soldier does get on, MG, well played, bro.
Bro, does that guy, like, walk around with, like, a little wagon to just carry around his giant fucking brass nuts in? Because, like, that was impressive.
It was good, yeah. It was
Not popping there as MG is, like, crazy, bro. You're caught on low ground with, like, 20 health. There's a soldier still on, like...
Such an unfortunate rocket from air to hit. I mean, he was just going to slide back down that weird clipping that is basically all of Badlands.
Sean's on weapons fire. He does get the force.
Weapon fire very susceptible. Don't walk back here because this is what fucked you guys last time. I think they just need to hold a little bit aggro and don't be afraid to like go in if they see the chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Weapon fire's really far back here though.
Yeah, well I think that's even better. The further back, the freer this point should be in theory. They're waiting for Sean to kind of roll out, and I think he's communicated to his team that he is here. They're taking it in slow. Bonk almost just piping everything. Oh, he does drop MG a nice pipe sink bomb from the Kiddo wall, the bonk it up. However, I do believe Air just inspired the entire team.
Dude, Air just drilled like 4 players, man.
Yeah, other than the MG, it was a very beast MG drop, but Air just on top of Jane Doe, like
Forwards.
Crybaby.
Oh no, sorry, I thought they were gonna get the other forwards. I thought they'd cap 2. I don't know why.
Full add-on weapon fire team. There's surely like not half an hour. The joke is that if red team cap, there's half an hour more of this to go, and I just don't see a foreseeable future as Sean feeds for the force. Sean does get the force, making this maybe doable. It's I feel like 50% ad, but I don't know. They can't push out. I don't think.
Yeah, no, I don't think they can push out very easily here. There'd have to be a flub push first. Or something, some sort of like major advantage their way before they can realistically push out a last.
Yeah, this is something.
Oh look,
gaming.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm just having a quick micro nap.
I'll alert you if anything worthwhile happens, as blue team is actually pushing. They're clearing so many traps. Looks like there's only got a 20% ad left, as MG does get taken down so ridiculously weak. Jane Doe dies as well. Big use from the blue team. They're looking to try to get anything, but Red's farming and they back capped. Oh, it was a double back cap.
This is another 30 minutes of this.
That's such a disgusting, like, idea.
I don't think it's worth checking the log. So I think we might throw to a quick break just so everyone can make a quick coffee, reset a little bit, stand up, do some stretches, and we'll be back to you guys very shortly. I'm sure they'll be quick into this map.
For sure. Shit.
You able to throw to that, Jazz? Alright, hello again, gamers. I'm feeling much more refreshed, much more ready to cast. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling still the same. I actually just stood up like twice, but
Oh, it's better than nothing.
yeah, you sound much more into it, and God, we're back on Cheesewheel's pick of the maps, but we saw what Logjam did to Cheesewheel, so I'm not sure if it's going to play much difference.
I mean, look, there's logs all over this map, so maybe it's a sign. What do you call that?
Bad omen for
That's the
Cheesewheel.
one. It's an omen.
The more logs, the worse the performance.
You never know, dude. You never know. But it looks like they've exec the config. I'm sure these guys are anxious to start. I'm not going to throw a prediction on this one because nothing's been going the way that I think it will tonight or today as a whole.
No, been the game has just been a surprise, and I'm sure everyone really shocked by the turnout of the first map. How close the second map was as well.
Yeah.
So I think Saharan Spies kind of proving that they have a fair bit to give these finals, and Cheesewheel, rough game to start off with, but kind of showing everyone that they are in it, and there's a reason they are the best.
Yeah. Look, I'm just excited to see this reach the climax. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, climax potentially being all of this intenseness, all of this crucial moments, and maybe a 5-0 would just be the worst way to end this. I'm here. I'm committed for the half hour. I want to see the closest games of TF2 of my life.
Absolutely, dude.
We're here for the half hour. I'm here for the half hour, I guess. So let's see. Let's see the 1-0. Like, let's see the 2-1. Not this 5-0 stuff. And it appears KL isn't in the server. Maybe just in spectate. Yeah, probably doing some screen cheating.
He's checking on the Uber stats. The pre-game. Kale's back on the team. They've readied up. Cheesewheel, come on, baby. Please get this started.
Tag up as James. Looks like calling for a WA Gamers dinner break.
Yeah, look.
Well, I want dinner as well, to be honest.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Fair enough, man. There's some.
Yeah, not much happening yet. Not much happening. If these guys are actually eating dinner, I would rather cut the stream now.
Yeah, I just don't think it's fair on anyone else.
I'm sure it's just a meme. Oh, God.
You guys hear that? I mean, well, we've spoken about everything on the planet. So, you guys see that some Twitter accounts got hacked?
No?
It's like all the verified ones just got hacked by some guy advertising Bitcoin and
No shit.
It was pretty funny. It was like some pretty poorly worded message. It was like, for the next half hour, if you give me $1,000, I'll give you $2,000 or something. It was yeah.
I saw a screenshot of Elon Musk saying that shit, and I was just like, duh, that's like I saw the screenshot of Elon Musk saying it, and I was like, that is weird, but okay, you know, because
Yeah.
that makes sense.
But when Twitter support were also offering the same deal, there's something up there.
I didn't see that shit.
Yeah, no, it's I don't know. It's just been a weird day, I guess. Maybe that's been the cause of all these issues. KL begging people, saying he has bedtime soon. I couldn't agree more. Mine was 2 hours ago, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Shooter calls him out saying you're going to be pugging at 4 AM. Oh god. KL completely acknowledges this as the golden truth. Hopes we can just move on.
Yeah, not sure if he's working tomorrow or not. Probably important, bro.
Maybe he has coronavirus. Think we should get him to kind of sit the next 2 weeks out if he comes back positive.
Alright, Cheesewheel has readied up, just waiting on the Saharan Spies now. They're just unreadied.
Unreadied milliseconds.
Literal milliseconds.
Before the red team readied up. Just set it to a demo POV and we shall go from there, I believe. Our very lovely manager of the screen, producer Just Jazz, appears he needs a break as well, unfortunately. So he'll be taking a break if we end up starting. Which neither team appears to be starting. This is fucked. One team readies up. Sean has readied back up, dude. I need to take my shoes off.
You're still wearing shoes?
Yeah, it's the kind of game I just forgot I was even alive, to be honest. I can now faintly smell food that just... I think I'm going insane. But
what kind of food though, bro?
It almost smelled like, you know, like tin spaghetti. And I don't know why, but like... I just got an overwhelming smell of tin spaghetti then. But I don't think no one in my house with any form of sleep schedule should be awake at these hours, so I can completely understand if I'm hallucinating this.
It's quite possible. I actually have to duck away real quick. I'll be right back.
It's all good. I shall sit and talk people just as my friend Jazz returns. We've readied up and we've unreadied up and we've readied up and we've unreadied up. Agreed.
Alright, I'm back. I'm back.
I think
neither team, I don't think.
No, Jando did ready up recently. I don't know what the go is here. I want to die.
Casters be molding right now. You're not wrong.
MG going back to not ready and Jane Doe sitting in spec. Oh, dude. Apparently, oh, dude, I just dropped my wrist rest. Where's my wrist going to rest?
Damn, dude. Don't know where Bonk is right now.
Bonk's dipped. Everyone on the blue team's gone to the bathroom. Bonk is definitely AFK. Dude, this is crazy.
I'm getting some serious, like, old Team Fortress flashbacks when there was, like, no time limit. Because that's kind of how I feel right now. Like, it's 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, this should kind of be made illegal, in my professional opinion.
Yeah, I fully intended to be in bed getting my head scratched by 10, like at the latest.
Yeah,
And
really.
it's not going my way.
Didn't think this was going to last. Can I actually quickly message Mitch about a pay rise this week?
I know, right?
Oh. Alright.
Okay, so we're missing Crybaby at the very least.
Crybaby went to the bathroom, from what I've read in chat. Bonk has either also gone to the bathroom or has fallen asleep. The red team has readied up. Bonk maybe is here.
Hopefully return. Now we just gotta wait for the Saharan Spies to ready up so that I can pretend to be interested for another half hour and then go to sleep.
The Bonk has started moving around the map, so it's a good sign. Just waiting on Crybaby. Yeah, I think I'm going to ask Catfish. Oh, Crybaby rejoins the blue team. Hopefully we might be going ahead soon.
Please ready up, gamers! Please!
Oh,
Okay, plugins are unloaded. We're going real. Here we go. Your boy is on a bird's eye view. He's ready for this one. This is the Season 28 high lower page playoff. This is the battle for 3rd and 4th place. Oh no, it's for 4th place, sorry.
Yeah.
Whoever loses this map is relegated to the participant map. Both teams at the middle now. A lot of players up on the top left side for the red team. They're all getting jumped on the point. This is a very convincing mid for the side of blue.
Cheesewheel weapon fight does die, yeah. It's a huge mid from the blue team, only losing KL. Oh, dude.
That's clean. That's very clean.
That's hard. It's good. Blue making no excuses to not get on second before half of red team have even spawned. They do have an engineer. Where are they looking to go with this? They are.
It looks
They're
like
already
the demo's
in top
actually
left
spamming that
before
sentry.
They've even used.
Yeah.
90%.
He's taking that sentry out.
They know
very
the
quickly.
meds on the right side. I would be projecting a little right use, and I think they know they want to.
Oh, they want it, baby. They want it bad.
Don't wait around too long. They're just buffing up one more player, it appears. KL doesn't need too big of a buff.
Do not fuck me about. Get this Uber in there. There's a sniper watching the door. Just pop nice and early. Oh, you goobers.
That was a given, man. You were so called out. It was unbelievable. They've reflashed that soldier. It's kind of looking alright, actually. I spoke way too soon. It's looking awful for the blue team, as Jane Doe is the last damage class to survive that fight. Jesus Christ, you would have pulled out. MG might be dead here. Playing as hard as he can. Playing as hard as he humanly can.
He may take Bonk and Bread by having his scout just wander straight in.
Bonk does die to his own sticky, however, that's maybe call it a trade on Omni's behalf. And things aren't looking too bad for the blue team.
Yeah, it's not looking too awful. They're still on this massive disad, but they have that height on mid. They probably will be able to kite there as long as they back up right now. Right now. Yeah, nice. Okay,
Bit of a mixed backing up. Oh, red team do get forced. Sorry, I wasn't really able to speak just then, but red team do go all the way back down to 10%. And blue team sit at 70. Not much building happening. I think they've forgotten kind of like the point of medic.
Look, when things are happening this quickly, you can't. You can't.
No, I agree. Maybe the break just rattled the brain cells a wee bit.
I certainly wouldn't be surprised. Look, they've taken...
MG fat surf. Oh, Kid Award does hit the fattest direct around the corner. MG drops. Cheesewheel weapon fire comes up to his Uber, but they might get the gap here.
Are they going to try to block? Ah, they get air. No, air doesn't get the forward spawn. They have
do
used
get
the Uber through.
Force.
Sean's pumped up top, bro. Yeah, nice.
Looks like both teams even Ubers. Not going to get their forward, so blue team will be 2 down on second. Already 4 minutes in. This is flying by.
This is flying by. If these guys push through grass nice and quick, I reckon that's a free second
Looks like they
for them.
might already be through grass, and it certainly is a free second with no one on the blue team able to really get out here. KL sacks, but not really too well. Doesn't get anything, unfortunately. So it looks like blue team are holding last for the first time of the map.
Grinding that Uber up. It's roughly even. MG does have a little bit of ad, but it's not that crazy. I did see weapon fire standing in a pretty crazy spot. If they were running a sniper, it would have been dangerous, which I have just noticed they actually are. Mr. Aino has changed over to sniper just then. I think he's been seen.
He does have Kitawar land on his face, rather.
Brad.
MG, maybe the double sack, actually. Surely he swap up sniper. Yeah, I think they're looking to move. They are. Aren't actually around down, so they don't have too much to lose by pushing out here. Kitawar does respawn. Don't know if blue's taken much. They do have 2 die to a cute little bonk it up 1-2-3 trap. I think that might be all she wrote for blue teams. Oh, they're going straight to last. It's powerful. Red team, so much positioning, so much damage, and they will get the cap there. Not much to say, just a really well played last push from the red team.
Yeah, finally managing to convert that sort of like player and Uber ad into something tangible, I suppose.
Yeah, it was a well played exchange as well, you know. Didn't flash too many players and had the players nail that post rather, sorry.
But coming into this mid, we're seeing a lot of damage come out on both sides. Big bombs on the side of blue. They do get cleaned up for their effort.
Kind of nuking. Yeah, blue team, most of them getting cleaned up here. Looks like red team might have gained a little bit of momentum off that golden cap win that round on the snake water, and they are in for a bit of a walk in the park. At least to blue team's second, that is.
The control point is being captured. We have secured the control point.
I'm so tired. Sorry, I just zoned straight out.
No, I kind of thought you might have, but I'm there with you. As red team look to be pushing left side here. Good little early force. They do get the sentry, but Brett does die. Not too much happening. They do get the Pootus.
They do end up taking out
go down.
the med as well. Sean's down very low on the point. Between Bonk and Shooter in air, I think they can probably take this lap. They're taking out...
They're getting frags. They got everyone, actually.
Yeah.
2-0 in 7 minutes. This is the fastest rounds have been basically won all night. To get that 1 round on Logjam.
Yeah. This is good to see. This is good to see. These guys are taking a real decisive action to sort of like get those rounds in early and then maybe hang on to them.
Yeah, I think
Coming
they
into
are.
this mid, though, you can see that both demos getting a bit of damage off. Bonk actually does eat a sticky, which puts him on a pretty bad spot. He does get an arrow. Teams are taking that high ground. Sean and KL with that coordinated bomb to the top right. It looks
Bonk
like
will
they've
go
done a lot of damage.
Huge pipes from Crybaby, actually. Very big, pipes and stickies that mid. Huge damage onto both Kid of War and Bonk, and it really forced Red Team into a situation they weren't really going to thrive in. As Shooter gets picked out in Cheese, I believe it is, and Red Team get forced out of lobby. Blue Team looking to keep this momentum going. They're really banking off these picks. They do lose Omni, MG, and KL way too far forward, bro. You guys didn't even have Uber. That is the definition of getting a little bit advantageous. Although I don't think Weapon Fire
did get the force for it, though.
Yeah, alrighty. God, would have been so much better if they just had Uber, slowed it down. I know they were stuck for time, but a couple extra second and a half would have given them miles advantage there.
Yeah, and they got 20 minutes left. It's not like they're under a lot of pressure for time. I can see KL up on that tie ground. I assume that he's going to yump right on in. They probably expect Weapon Fire to have
Ubers, I wouldn't say. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
They would have expected Weapon Fire to have like 20 odd ad, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely.
But he wasn't healing.
When a med typically dies, there's about 30% ad that the other team can kind of get from that. And with this being such a competitive high division game, like, would have expected Cheesewheel Weapon Fire to be the first one coming up on Uber ages before MG. But I might just be aggro spamming Saw.
Just sort of staring at each other, you know?
Sean's
Sean's
really
in.
buffed.
Holy dooly.
Sean shut down. Fight on the flank, however, I feel like Kid of War or Air is trying to break Saw, sorry.
I can see this one working for Air. Ready to go through Cat. He does end up eating a rocket. Does get healed. It's probably ready to
take a huge exchange. Crybaby just gets his life saved by MG. That almost went very pear-shaped very quickly as the blue team looked to rotate grass almost instantly. Free picks to be had here, I believe. It looks like we might stalemate back onto mid with 20 minutes left. We're only one round down here. It's definitely sorry, 2 rounds, yeah. Still very doable. I think they do need to get around in the next couple of minutes to give them hope going into the final 10. Sorry, trades are starting to go the way of the red team, although even Ubers are kind of appearing once again. Weapon Fire just getting before. I think they're looking to go in again, however they can't really fuck this up too badly, as a big bomb does get the force on Weapon Fire. It's a double soldier sack, but if everyone else survives, I'd give it to them. I think they'll just be prepared to check the exchange have if Red Team choose to feed both players in the lobby, it appears, with Bonk It Up and Wish Cash both going down. Shooter, rather, on the scout. And, yeah, it looks like they might be trying this shutter push again. Oh, Jane Doe does get dropped by MG. It's just tragic. Although Soldier's on the point, if he gets a flash, they need someone to keep playing point. There's only 2 players up with Bonk on 50 HP. Yeah. Nice little round on the red team. I'm pretty sure Snazzy's either fallen asleep or died. I think we'll be sweet. We're just following.
I was just letting you talk.
Ah, fair enough. I think we're just gonna follow. I'm following Jane Doe on the rollout this mid, seeing if a blue team can really bring back. They had a really dominant mid that first round, but haven't really looked the same since, if I'm honest. Big damage once again. Kale falls early. Bonk takes a nice few stickies, but yeah, blue team opting to kind of leave. Not really much for him in terms of frags or positioning, I feel. Might be just sat on second.
Air took a lot of control of that high ground nice and early, especially getting that frag on KL. He managed to do a lot with it. He does end up taking out Sean on second as well, which might actually be able to trigger a push to last here, despite the Uber disad.
Yeah, Sean claiming infinite packet loss as the reason he died to Air. No, Sean is a lagger, but I didn't know infinite packet loss is what he suffered from.
That is, like, incurable, isn't it?
Yeah. Sure, it's terminal for sure. There is a scout jumping around. He does actually shoot MG somehow. You know, you wouldn't see it, but Kid of War does. You know, there's a bit of a double sack going on. Omni dies to Bonk, and it kind of looks like cheesewheel might
bomb them. Oh.
They do get a force off. Both blue soldiers are kind of just in the air. No one's there to play point, however. Yeah, Crybaby goes resup, maybe not at the right time, unfortunately. And red team seal out another round. It's looking fairly dominant for the red team. You can kind of see why they picked this map more so than why they picked Logjam, I think.
Yeah, they really didn't play Logjam very well, but you can really see like the dominance on this map. Coming into this mid though, you can see that both the demos are posting up near those huts. There's a scout, Omni, running like straight across for some fat damage. He does end up having to go into kitchen. Air was onto the mid, did a lot of damage. This went very well for the side of the red team. Weapon fires on his own in Saw, though he does get cleaned up. Kid of War on the point, jumping Sean over at. And now it's
two
just
scouts versus
Shooter.
one, and blue team do seal that one out somehow. Win the battle of the cringe, apparently. It was just an all-in brawl. You can kind of see the desperation of both teams. Red team not really wanting to give up another mid. They only have 2 rounds, and we're only halfway done there, Snazzy, but don't remind me.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, blue team know that like this is it. KL just kind of gets giga farmed by both Air and Bomb.
Pumped, man.
It was a late night pumping too. It wasn't really what you want at like 10:30 at night. Definitely not a pumping from either Air or Bomb.
Air just blew out KL's back, bro. It was a downwards facing midi. It was fat.
They do take a
Uber
pretty
comes
fat
out.
exchange. If they get weapon fiery, you'd almost call it GG. But it doesn't look like they're going to get much more than a bonk trade. Oh, big damage from Crybaby Stickies, actually. It looks like, oh, the soldier's actually raped as well. They need to get onto weapon fire, actually. Oh, it's fucking huge.
Just pop the Uber, yeah, nice.
Run away, blue team says. Run, run, run to the hills.
Yeah, it's definitely a better place to be than this last right now, I think.
Yeah,
given that Uber just came in.
50% add on the blue team. We're going to see some serious off classes from the red team.
Oh yeah, for sure.
One round here and it's anybody's game. God forbid I say the GC words, but we...
No, I don't want to hear that either.
We could
they do have Bread on Sniper. I'm actually on his cam. He's getting some pretty wide peaks going, but they've come real safe up onto that left side, and they're ready to push on through. There is a sentry on the point, like on the point. It's doing some work, but it's in a fairly spammable position.
They still haven't actually broke it, although they do get some nice frags onto weapon fire, some good damage onto the main shooters. Huge pipe actually from Crybaby. Just don't know where his actual team is. Everything is sub 40 HP really, but Ano with Beam is just not doing it for him. He kind of leaves MG in the dry, I think, trying to save his own life. Although 30% add on the red team again, it might be one of those games.
It could be one of those games where they're just constantly leapfrogging player and Uber ad. Sean and KL with a fat bomb onto the ramp, not really achieving much, but the Kid of War onto MG.
Yeah. Big little bomb, took a fair amount of damage, but just as a sack wasn't enough, I don't think.
Yeah, it didn't really do the job, did it?
Unfortunately, no. So we see another stalemate with a bit more even Ubers with one player down. Like, they have to go now because 25% isn't going to be give them enough unless they get straight onto weapon fire. So they do a fair amount of damage. Heavy is taking loads. Bonk get farmed as well. Someone just needs to play the point, but they do get Ubers, so it is rather unfortunate for the red team. Crybaby not getting any good surfs away on demo, but blue team do have player ad, and they are landing onto cheesewheel. Oh, that's throwing me off. Weapon fire as we speak. Won't get him though. Just won't. As red team are pushing out, I believe that's what that means.
That is what that means. The Ubers are basically even. They are still
With
down
a
a player on the side of cheesewheel.
You'd hope you'd fight. Air's taking a lot of spam in that U-turn. But yeah, a lot of bonk seems like a very, very potential for catching out. Bread also dying only for a Sean pick and with infinite packet loss.
Caught behind as well.
Very unfortunate. 2 soldiers. A little bit of Uber out on blue team means they're going to get it first. But yeah, blue team, you know what you got to do, guys. Just good round. You know, it was a bit here, it was a bit there, it was a bit everywhere.
It was a little bit everywhere. Yeah,
but
it really was.
It was their round. Okay? Meaning they only need one more round until we get to visit the Gold Coast together, Snazzy.
Oh, I'd rather not, dude. I'm not into that.
Willie. However, we do see a bit of another Crybaby mid with double soldier aggression, huge damage. He does actually pick up cheesewheel weapon fire in all caps. Like, the anger is in the name. So I think they're going to play this a little bit passive, try to get picks, although Aino does just giga feed and Jane Doe's caught out, so they'll kind of be running, hoping for spawns to defend second here.
I would have thought that if you were players on the side of cheesewheel, you might have chased there a little bit more, but you can see Kid of War is pretty far forward on 2. I think he's just sort of posting up on that hut, hoping to be able to stop them. He does end up getting out through window. That was actually a really smooth jump that he just did straight through the window, man.
Yeah, clearly the time of day not affecting these players. Surely after 2.5 hours of video gaming, you'd be feeling it. But both teams, you know, still playing at a good little level, I'd say. As blue team take the push out with full 40% ad, although Omni taking huge damage does clean up both soldiers. So it looks like they're gonna get this if they keep going. No reason to really deny. They've got a fair while on those soldiers, so keep going and they can probably get in here.
Still 2 soldiers down. This is a good spot to be in if you're a blue team.
Omni does get
farmed. No. Weapon fire dropped everyone.
Bread. Oh, it was a bit of a boomer Uber, but it appears Red are just recontesting this. Blue team do have Uber. Looks like they're just going to use it to get point. They get weapon fire. They get Kid of War. I'm not even watching it anymore. Air is surely going down. It's only this scout that I forgot. Shooter, he played good. It's Bonk and it's Bread on the last point. No medic. So
Kid of War spawning, jumping on out. He's attempting for something, but that is
blue
the
team
cap.
Get it. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, cringe Ubers if I'm honest.
So you know what they should do now? They should like stalemate this entire round for 9 minutes, so we have to do a golden cap as well. That could be really fun. I'm talking
right
some
back.
shit, man. Coming into this mid though, see both demos getting their usual stickies off, nothing really connecting. The high ground's been taken. Sean's on up there, so is... I've forgotten his name, his alias. I think one of the scouts on the blue side. The points really getting fought over. A lot of players going down low. One player going down on the side of the blue team, that's Saharan Spies. 2 players going down, Sean going down right on the tail end there, KL going down as well. So that's a very convincing mid to the side of cheesewheel. They were actually able to take that one really, really convincingly, just cleaning up any gamer that got overextended. They're capping that second point. Both teams have Uber. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Kid of War is actually in there. I don't think he got any force or anything. Yeah, he didn't get shit. Watching this one though, I guess they'll probably just be waiting for that play to come on up. There is a scout underneath that they don't seem to have noticed, which is horrifying, but they do kill a soldier and the demo here. That's definitely going to bring out the push here. Kid of War's already spawned as well. Uber has come out for the side of Cheesewheel. They're cleaning up gamers left, right, and center. KL's about to go down. MG. Oh, MG dropped? I'm fucking stupid, man. I totally whiffed it. And that's 4-3 to the side of Cheesewheel. Somewhere in the beginning of that Uber, like right as they used, they managed to kill MG with full Uber. And I just totally whiffed it.
I am back, yeah. Pia's red team just kind of won around, honestly.
Yeah. It was quick. It was convincing.
What is 300 minutes? Is that 5 hours?
Something to the tune of that, yeah.
Awesome. Bonk It Up does die really early. Looks like air might go down as well. Wishcash, a little bit of a MG death as well. Surely not, actually. Air's doing everything to get MG here. 55 HP. He will get the pack in dungeon, I believe. It's fine. Yeah, I will have had TF2 open for 300 minutes. In about 10 minutes, so...
That's horrifying.
Hitting
That is horrifying.
hour number 5, I think. So, you know, we're here, we're playing, it's fun. Air is back, and Air, yeah, a little caught out, but he was behind. They can go fast, need to go fast, rather.
Yeah, look, if I was them, I would try to be in right the fuck now.
They're almost up on Uber. Air's gonna spawn in this, like, they're drooling, they're snail trailing a fair bit. They're not even gonna get sentry with this, it looks. Very late sentry play.
Lots
Blue team
of
come
cap
up.
time though.
Yeah.
They just need one player to hide and just cap it.
No, they have soldiers bombing now. Soldier and a demo, they are gonna get weapon fire. That's probably enough to really keep them at bay for the next bit. With a few spawners coming up, MG and Omni, they're definitely gonna be able to show themselves around the second point, if not just at mid. God,
Yeah.
we're in the 5-minute zone, and I mean, things are looking fairly favourable. It's close with Shooter dying for what really wasn't his pick. Back cap coming is a little, or you say 25% ad, but MG could build it out, you know.
Yeah, look, MG's been grinding a little bit better than Weapon Fire has kind of the whole way through the game, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
so,
right.
I can imagine here, with the grinding that they're doing, this is gonna be pretty close to like 40 odd ad. If they take it straight through unders instead of cucking me again and walking around to right side, thank the fucking Lord.
Yeah, they
I
do
think
need to
they
go
can
now
get
because
this.
Weapon Fire's building like a bat out of hell at the moment, and he's at 95% once more. They do need to bring down at least the heavy before this Uber gets popped, but I don't think that'll happen.
That
They are
heavy's
playing
living
point
forever.
really well. He is living for just about ever. Looks like MG is now running away with the skin of his teeth. Oh, they might actually fight this, I think. Big damage from Sean's bomb, actually penetratingly scary. Bonk's not going to be able to fight, so with 4 minutes left we're at 4-4, and I think this might, like, in one final, I think we might have seen the most amount of rounds, like, ever scored ever, to be honest. This is, some late night TF2 for the ages, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I can think of worse final series.
And 2-5, if it was best of 5, I think I'd just turn my PC off, but Bonk is getting slaughtered down in dungeon. Weapon Fire's also going to go down. Blue team with all the momentum. You know, I'd say it's blue team's game to lose at the moment. They're just playing like... MG will go down super late. 20-second respawn, you hate to see it, but... Brady's also going to maybe fight this, I think.
I think he can win this battle. I think he's definitely going to be trying to
He's got the
remove the
HP
forward
advantage,
spawns
yeah.
off them. He's
Yeah,
managed to
fighting.
get some gamers here with him as
Yeah,
well. He has the med with him, which is super fat. Like, if he can just get himself some heals, like, that's an easy mid win.
Yeah, they got 2 nice picks and denied forward, so I think red team somehow brought that one back from the hole of hell. Words just...
They got roughly like 20 odd % advantage. If they take this through, If they take this through and kill some gamers on second, I think they can secure this map for themselves. Air's spamming from that window.
2 minutes 40. I think it's looking like weapon fire could go, but 30% is doable. It's 20% now. No one's really aggressed too much. Bong's taking big spam. It's
Catch him out.
95%.
Catch him out. Please catch him out.
Not healthy.
Yeah.
He's very weak. That is so unfortunate. 96%.
They've even hung on to the
Uber.
Uber. They've even hung on to the Uber. Take it through lowers.
Soldier's in. Oh, he does get a nice midi. Air is just king of the air shots. Funny that. Such a last minute. I think with 2 minutes left, a round here will nail in Saharan Spies final.
Flash everyone. This will be fat. This will be fat.
It is fat. They're picking up all the right players. Just need someone to sit on that point. They are getting the frags. It's only showing up. 1 minute 50. Are they going to cap? I don't think so. It's just not happening. I think we're saying GG.
I think I've seen this map capped in under a minute 50. I'm fairly sure I've seen it done under that. So
look, I have hopes Saharan Spies can do it, but
they have to basically wipe them on mid right at the start of mid.
We've seen it. We've seen it done before.
Seen it done before. The mid has begun. There's a lot of players up top.
I thought we paused, but I think my internet's dying. But I'd rather that than actually have to pause. It does look like red team are getting some alright frags. Like weapon fire does die, but MG yeah. With a minute left, you'd couldn't do much more.
1 minute left. I'm happy to call it. That
I think
is a map going the way of cheesewheel.
Bong's trying to get forwards or a nice little forward trap, but Sean's just going to die there. Scout just gets nice little damage from Bonk. I think he's been a really solid player for whatever team he plays on the red one. Across the 5 hours we've watched of TF2, Bonk has been a really solid performer for the team, but Brett has had his moments. Awesome. Yeah, I think Bonk's team narrowly beating.
Very narrowly.
And with Saharan,
very narrowly.
Saharan Spies like maybe showing a few other teams a bit of a weakness on Cheesewheel's side with Logjam, like that might redirect their picks and bans for next week.
For sure.
God, you will be going to sleep a happy gamer knowing you just won that fight.
Absolutely. We're going to have a quick tool through these logs.
Just tell me about them.
I'll tell you about them, shall I? Do you want the dramatic reading?
Yeah, it's just...
Alright,
please.
Mr. Jane Doe, Mr. Crybaby coming through with 322 DPM and a KAD of 2.2, which is pretty clean. Look it up following him pretty closely with 313 and 2.8. The kills between the two of those was 26 and 16 on the side of Mr. Crybaby. 28 and 15 on the side of Bonk. So, I mean, there's one kind of outclassing the other in all aspects, really. Like, they're both sort of playing different styles of Demo Man, if that makes sense. And I think that's very obvious as you watch them play. As we go down the stats, you sort of see that the usual sort of things are happening. However, I just want to mention, KL went 16 for 29. I mean, I know he was in all the time as the roamer, but it's pretty intense scoreline. Looking at the med stats, MG actually dropped 3 times, and Weapon Fire finally stepping it up. Did not drop any at all, which is pretty impressive. Especially on Snake. I know I struggle personally with Snake because it feels like there's a lot of different ways for players to get in and on you. Things that there's not much you can do, you know. But that just about covers that one. The stats are up on the screen, so anyone watching it will be able to read those themselves. I don't want to do interviews. So
I think we said no to interviews. Like,
yeah,
bedtime. I think we're just safe to kill it. Bye.
Yeah, so I'm gonna sign us off. Thank you to the few of you that have tuned in for joining us for the ozfortress Season 28 High Division Lower Page Playoffs. Your champions tonight have been Cheesewheel, eking out the maps one by one. Let me just get back over to here. I haven't got the thingo. So, Logjam going the way of the Saharan Spies, and then Cheesewheel taking out Prolands by the skin of their teeth and Snakewater in a fairly convincing fashion, I would say, despite the scoreline. It was
Yeah,
even,
certainly.
but it wasn't like even, you know what I mean? Anyway, your champions tonight have been Cheesewheel. They will be going to the upper bracket finals. And your boys on Saharan Spies are relegated to 4th place. That's a participant badge for you guys, sorry.
Yeah. What a fucking game to be on.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in to Capping Television, and this has been video gaming. Thank you. Goodbye.